What's up? Let me check the stream and erase this last one on YouTube, man. Let me see. Oh, we could be listening to the songs, huh? Forget all that, man. Hold up. I'm gonna delete this video. Don't tell me I still look messed up. Hold on. Delete forever, then go check. If I still look messed up, I ain't good at troubleshoot. Let me see. Alright, yeah, there we go. Hold up. Oh, man. I guess we gotta play some slap. Hold up. Let the people roll in and get the notifications. Let's just do the white crown. The white crown.
Upper age boy, got that white crown. Upper age boy, Babylonian. Upper age boy.
I had to bring that back. Will it now?
Upper age boy. Babylonian bars, you can really spit it, get it, dagger on me. That harpoon, it ain't for abalone. Phoenician pieces made of Nubian gold. Upper age boy, got that white crown. Upper age boy.
That wasn't me. What is it doing? Let's see.
Spit it, get it, dagger on me. That harpoon, it ain't for abalone. Phoenician pieces made of Nubian gold. Antediluvian scrolls hit the Nubian poles. And if you want to debate that, you'll get truly exposed. I'm like the king of Axum, Axon. Bring the maxims of Patar back to action. I actually swing my axe, so Y-axis 32 degrees west on the Y-axis. Try and catch us. Christianity was stole from Kemet, lying. Compare the book of Psalms to Aminope. Sometimes I'm rhyming, I'm just like a shaman, okay?
Some sound alright, but then they act silly. By conquering my crown, and that's really very silly. By conquering my crown, and that's really very silly.
I'm a star charting Bantu boy with my bow and arrow. I raise a king in my gnome if I don't know the pharaoh. Explosive and lethal in your dreams like Joseph the Hebrew. And no sending evil wide jet and neck bent. Here to ward that off, I'm not a sage burner. Scroll learner, the page turner. The script writer, put the pen down cause I don't need it. Cause I got the white crown, the upper
I rock the white crown,
say top shimu. You rock the red crown, say top mehu. You rock the white crown, say top shimu. You rock the red crown, say top mehu.
Some sound alright, but then they act silly. By conquering my crown, and that's really very silly. By conquering my crown, and that's really very silly.
I'm a C group, Magi Archer, from Ta-Nehisi. You conscious community pseudos never try to test me. As I'm in Rock Squad up, religion. And when I'm on the mic, don't cut my wisdom, boy. I'm W.E.B. Du Bois. I'll smother you under the Sphinx, heed the voice. Ancestrally cooking up mean lyrics. Cats fighting cause they don't think the Dogon has seen Cirrus. And DNA can't prove ethnicity. How you conscious? You say Pacific instead of specifically. You know my so raw, you get crushed. Think the force of a hippo jaw. I rock the white crown, say top shimu. You rock the red crown, say top mehu. You rock the white crown, say top shimu. You rock the red crown, say top mehu.
Some sound alright, but then they act silly. By conquering my crown, and that's really very silly. By conquering my crown, and that's really very silly. Some sound alright, but then they act silly. By conquering my crown, really
Mic check.
silly.
I don't ever turn on the good lights. Thank you, right.
By conquering my crown, really very silly.
Really very silly. Feel like I'm on a TV show.
Really very silly. conquering my frown, and that's really very silly. Try conquering my frown, and that's really very silly.
What up? Back again. I hope it ain't all. So this is the thing. I knew it had to do with the fact that when I opened up my streamer, they asked for my settings again. They asked me to re-input my information. So it's a button you click that say we're going to find the best settings for your computer. And believe it or not, what you guys was just seeing, they thought that was the best settings for my computer. I was like, they hella stupid. I clicked skip and it was cracking. So somebody put bank, Love Myth Bro, what's up? They put bank collapse with a question mark. How many of us know about what's going on right now in the economic? I mean, right now, it's a time to be watching. So let me say, when I woke up the other day, right, I always wake up and I check the crypto market. Wow, the crypto market went back over $1 trillion too. See, stuff is happening right now, y'all. It's time. Look, it just went back over $1 trillion with all this stuff happening. So if you don't know what's up on the information, money know what's up on the information. And I'm wondering why is Bitcoin and ETH just cracked. It's at 1,600 right now. BNB almost, but okay. What's going on? So I can tell you, is it USDC? A lot of this stuff is going to have implications all over the world. But let me slow down for anybody who don't know what we're talking about. The collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. Again, when I was talking earlier, I just said stop and think about the name of that bank. Before you realize, some sources say the 12th. Other sources say the 16th largest bank in America. But stop to think for a minute just by the name of that bank before we learn about the inner workings of that bank to see how we all are about to be affected. And so now, first it made the crypto market go down well under $1 trillion. And now it has some catalyst, some piece of information that these people, I know what the information is. The bailout. In the last few minutes, they just issued a bailout, yo. We got to be watching the stuff. If not, we just going to be like, damn. So let's slow down. Silicon Valley Bank. Think about any of the new fresh apps you be using. Think about all of this stuff that's this fintech. A lot of it is funded by Silicon Valley Bank, particularly because they are user-friendly for startups and technology-based companies. It's Silicon Valley Bank. You know what I'm saying? One of the things they had, one of their rules was, if we give you a loan, you got to bank with us. So a lot of the people that they started up, now that the bank just collapsed and was like seized by the Fed or whatever, a lot of the companies that relied on Silicon Valley Bank for whatever so reason is now being affected. So I just looked at the news a minute ago, and I don't know if it's true, but they said something about the second bank collapse since then. You feel me? They said something like another one had just went down. And so really, I guess their financials for whatever this quarter was triggered a bank run because people was like, what? Somebody said Dan GPT called for collapse on March 15th. Huh? So how did that affect us? Well, let's talk about it. How many of y'all have you ever heard of your children using or playing the game Robux or whatever? So like I said, I ain't even trying to be on the camera because I don't need to be staying in the camera. I just need to be relaxing. So let me turn that off. So let's just think about simple things like ESTY, ESTY. You know, a lot of people sell their art, sell their merchandise, and sell their products on ESTY. ESTY supposedly had a sum of their portions in there. Yeah, Roblox. That's what I was about to speak on. So really, not only Roblox and ESTY, every day we about to start finding out which one of these apps banked with Silicon Valley Bank and they about to fall apart. And it's happening, faster and faster. Not only that, but it's other entities that relied on those loans. So we see what it did with the crypto market over the last few days. I was wondering why crypto fall down like that. Why everything I had took it. Now we see the opposite effect and we see all green on the charts. And it's hard to stay up to speed with this news. You know what I'm saying? You got to be like, I ain't into Twitter and all that stuff. So I'll be trying to stay up to speed. But apparently we need to stay focused because if this... So let's just look it up just to do it live. Fed bailing out SVB. They just said look, this is an hour ago that people were saying they just issued. 10 hours ago, they were saying no Fed bailout for Silicon Valley Bank. Now, within the last hour, people were saying that the Feds is about to bail them out.
I'll give you one example. They said, hey, you know what? These updates here, the U.S. Federal Reserve advances.
And now we just looking at YouTube. Don't get it twisted. But sometimes they be reporting quicker than news sources.
Can be requested under a new program facility established until at least March 11th, 2024. All advances made under the program are made with recourse beyond the pledged collateral to the eligible borrower. That means anybody who borrows money through this facility needs to pay it back, or that bank could go bankrupt, or let's say if a bank is acquired basically
So basically I don't even want to get into showing other people content too much, but they seem to have just issued some type of bailout. So let's look for a qualified source on Google. Just to see what's about to be happening. Yes, yeah, they just said it 1 hour ago. So we up on the news, though everybody ain't up. So it says U.S. regulator says SVB customers will be made whole as a second bank fails. See what happened? So this bank failed, and I think the second one was Signature Bank. Let's look it up. You know anybody who banking with Signature Bank? But if all these bankers start falling down again, we right back in 2008. Cats just ain't peeping game. And it's exactly the stuff people don't want to talk about, don't want to hear. But I ain't really bound on viewership and stuff like that. It's for the people who do understand and want to understand it. A U.S. regulator say that this is CNN Business. So they're going to bail out SVB because the second bank just collapsed. So they're trying to stop this domino effect that's about to happen this week in America, it appears. In an extraordinary action to restore confidence in America's banking system, the Biden administration on Sunday, that's today, guaranteed the customers of the failed Silicon Valley Bank will have access to all their money starting Monday. So what that mean? That mean they're doing a bailout. They're just not trying to say it. In a related action, the government shut down Signature Bank. Told you that's the second one. So the Fed shut down Silicon Valley. Now they came back and shut down Signature Bank that also just collapsed. And nobody ain't talking about this. Because you know what people doing? Positioning themselves in the market. They taking their money out. That's what started them bank runs. So this ain't no get scared. This don't mean run to the bank, but at the same time, I ain't no advisor. All we doing is reading the news straight off of CNN. I don't know what to do. At least we should know, though, right? I'm scared about little stuff, but I ain't in no position to be scared. People with billions and millions need to be scared. So after Silicon Valley Bank collapsed, next we see Signature Bank. It just went under. Now, I feel you, Asar M. Khan. I don't know how they got into that position, but let's discuss it. Because before they got into this position, this was one of the leading lenders for new tech startups. You feel me? So maybe this is going to be the ultimate bubble that burst this whole new tech run we having. And it's running into cryptocurrency crazy. Let's talk about stuff people ain't really ever talked about on the news yet. And I think they're doing it on purpose. The first place you probably about to hear this is on my show. Look. So first of all, let me tell you what happened. The CEO of Silicon Bank, he didn't go down with the ship. He pulled a Titanic, I'm hopping off the side. 12 days before all of this happened, he just sold $12 million in their stock. So what he knew was they was going to report the financials and it was going to start a bank run. Exactly what happened. This fool, I don't even know much details on that. This is just for various stuff I'm reading on the subject. Yeah, they said no bailout last night, but this information just came out within the last hour. And I'm reading it from CNN Business. So they're not calling it a bailout, but they don't got the money to pay the money that's in the bank. But Biden just said on Monday they'll be able to make withdrawals, so don't worry. What's that called? It's called a bailout. And so now they're structuring it even more because the second bank collapsed. So let me read it so we can get it from a more qualified source. But I ain't got my zoom in bars right, man. Every time I zoom in, it zoom in hella weird. In an extraordinary action to restore confidence in America's banking system, the Biden administration on Sunday guaranteed that customers of the failed Silicon Valley Bank will have access to their money starting Monday. Bailout, bailout, bailout. In a related action, the government shut down Signature Bank, a SVB rival that was teetering on the brink of collapse in recent days. Signature's customers will receive a similar deal. Signature's customers will receive a similar deal. So after your bank collapse, the government step in and cut you a deal that say, don't worry, you gonna have your money. This just came out an hour ago. So they recanted what they said 10 hours ago. So now we got more inflation. Bloop, but they just including the banks right now. And they don't want this to run into the community. So look, what I'm saying is this. Let's go look at Esty. I know people getting their money up. Don't let YouTube bank with Silicon Valley Bank. YouTube is in Silicon Valley. Don't let you find out YouTube bank with Silicon Valley Bank. Then you're going to be like, oh, I see what he was saying. Now look at this. Just to be funny, I'm not stupid. And these people aren't either. This is the third. I just put Esty in here. And this is the third biggest search today because all of these people in SD finding out they can't get their money right now. That's happening. So let us find out on Tuesday that YouTube banked with Silicon Valley Bank. It's not hard for that to be the case. How do you think they became the 16th largest bank in America? Some big players is over there, and it's not gonna skip us. Because we depended on all these new companies. A lot of us are. Family Bank hurt resellers. Here we go. Cats ain't going to be talking about this to everybody outside homeless. I don't want to see all your promos.
2023 country. And the big story from yesterday afternoon is that the Silicon Valley Bank, SVB, actually collapsed. This is a bank out in California. They specialize with a lot of crypto investments and a lot of Silicon Valley tech companies and startups and things of that nature. Apparently, over the last 48 hours, there was a run on the bank. People were trying to withdraw their money. Businesses trying to get their withdrawals out of there.
So I'm coming to him for him to say about talking about SD. I just like to hear people's opinions.
Control the bank, and now they're trying to important to the reseller community. Well,
here we go. How is it important to the reseller community?
One, Etsy, one of the biggest reselling sites in the world, probably top 5 in this country. eBay, Amazon, Posh, Shopify, and probably Etsy right there in the top 5, at least the top 10. Had money on deposit at Silicon Valley Bank, and they're having trouble sending out deposits to sellers that have money pending to go out to their bank accounts because Etsy, and I'm guessing this, but this is what it sounds like, Etsy is having trouble getting their money out of Silicon Valley Bank, and if they can't get their money, then they don't have their money to send to you.
So let's talk about it. So the Joe Biden bailout that he just gave Silicon Valley Bank indeed is helping us, because a lot of us are the people who sell our products on Etsy, Amazon. We don't want StreamYard, all of these apps, dude. Think about it. Streamlabs, all of this stuff, these new tech companies, a lot of them are tied into SVB. I can't say all of them, but just like he said, the crypto companies, and I'm about to drop a bomb, and it's the scariest bomb, and this ain't to scare nobody. But this is just some information that they ain't talking about right now. They keep saying SVB. So what happened on the crypto market? Now let me be right. I'm going to click this coin called USD. Let's see if this is the right one. Now this coin, USDC, because it's not USDT, so it's USDC, is a stable coin, supposedly, meaning it should be pegged at $1. But they involved with Silicon Valley Bank. So most of the time when you recommend to people who, if the crypto market get volatile, you can go into a stable coin, which will keep your value pegged at whatever it was when you went into the coin. Because it's stable, it remains at $1. But when the bank collapsed, the USD coin became unpegged. It's supposed to be pegged one crypto coin to $1 that's in the bank. And since the money wasn't in the bank no more, you feel me? All it was crypto there, so it started running unpegged for a minute. And you can look here over the last few days that a coin that was supposed to stay at $1 at all times, so you can put $1 billion in there, right? Then it dropped down to 94 cents. So now you got 940 million. So that was really bad, but it seems that this announcement from Joe Biden is making the crypto market rebound, and people trying to really take advantage of the fact that everything just went down from a quick scare and now it's back and bounced up. But hold up. Robinhood, I'm pretty sure a lot of those, we can only speculate. There's somewhere, but this is one we're not speculating, the one that I'm going to show you that's really, really scary. So USD, well, the scare seems to be off since Joe Biden came out and said on Monday, everybody going to be able to get their money. So what they mean? In real life, they about to make some money and they going to give it to the bank. But I'm talking about in real life, think of what's going to happen. They about to manufacture, they don't have to press it up. They're going to go into the digits and create like however many more billions and then zap it to the bank. Just the same way we do Zelle and stuff. For real. But they're going to do it bigger than Zelle. They just going to give it a government zap. You ever got a government zap to your account? It don't take no clearances or nothing. That's just bow. That's a government check. You feel what I'm saying? And so they just made hella billions, zapped it in their account to where they made the decision today, And Biden guaranteed by tomorrow morning, everyone will be able to get their bread. So that's exactly what you need a nation to do in order to quell the fears that was about to start more and more bank runs. So if we want to go back to the article before I expound on this, if we go back to the article, we see they talked about the second bank collapsed, and that's what made them do it. In a related action, the government shut down Signature Bank. That's a collapse. It's because they went insolvent. They didn't do nothing illegal. They went insolvent. The government shut down Signature Bank, a SVB rival that was teetering on the brink of collapse in recent days. Signature's customers will receive a similar deal, ensuring that the uninsured deposits will be returned to them Monday. So they're trying to stop this. Now, something else, I guarantee you, something else gonna slip through the cracks too. Because bankers ain't stupid too. This is a capitalist society and they're economic too. So it's good for your bank to fail if you're going to get, like, come on now. If somebody going to swoop in and help you like this. So Signature, their rival, probably was like, no, y'all not getting off that easy. SVB, y'all fail and we battling y'all. We fail too. Think about it though, bro. I'm just saying you have to really think about it. Maybe that's not the case, but I'm just saying they must have had some money tied to SVB. Regardless, I don't want to get into I just want to do armchair, regular 8th grade news article speculation. I don't want people to be like, look at him acting like he know. I'm an American citizen, so we have the right to know what's going on. And so this is the one I want to talk about. SVB is heavily tied. Obviously, the backings for USDC coin, apparently, until I get corrected by the chat or someone in the future who face palm in their face, really, I'm going to prove it. Or I'm going to correct myself live. So SDC coin, which was, they have funds in this bank that caused this whole red we see right here on a coin that should be stable. I mean, if you look at the year's history, see what I mean? So now you can see what I mean if you look at the year's history, right? Look, it was stable all this time. Never wavered off $1. Look what just happened in the last day. Shoo, boo. So now you can kind of see on the chart, oh, I get that. That looks serious, don't it? You see what I mean? And so, but who's tied to this more than the people they telling us about? What they not going to tell you on the news is this. So you click this link right here that say Center USDC. And Center is a same. Oh, there you go. Busting them out right there. It's not just brought to you by Circle. It's brought to you by Circle and Coinbase, yo. Real talk. Coinbase is steeply invested in USDC, so much so to where they're on the front page of the white paper link to it. But on the news, watch the news. They're not going to say Coinbase because they know what scare that's going to cause to American people. They keep saying Circle. I'm just showing you the real true game. A stable coin brought to you by Circle and Coinbase. So what does that mean? Any human you know that got crypto in America probably got it in Coinbase. It definitely means they in kooks, but more for our assets. For our assets. So what, we don't want no bank run on Coinbase, do we? So we not telling people that Coinbase is part owner in USDC. That just did this. You can see it on the chart. Don't even listen to my mouth. I'm just going to click 3 months on the chart. I'm going to click 1 month. If you don't know what that means right there. You see what I'm saying? This is 2 or 3 days ago. This is the 10th of, this point I'm at is the 10th of this month. So now look, we now this is where you start to get her up. Like for instance, I'm gonna just keep it a buck. You know when they started riots and then people start looting, that's about to be what time it is. Because you ain't losing billions right here, right? But it's about to be money and blood all on the floor. It's about to be. For instance, all this talk that we was just talking about, LLCs, having your business in order, because stuff like this could happen to where now they're going to be, this could lead to more bailouts that's for small businesses and people affected by, if Biden don't stop this, and I'm not talking about the USDC thing, it seems to be rebounding back to close to $1, but you could look and see, so they use our tragedies bad against us. We need to be wise enough but it's time to put on your economic boots and be ready to catch these crumbs, because it's going to be going down. And that's what I'm saying. Meaning, it wasn't no poor person who said take advantage of every tragedy or what happens. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not dumb enough not to know that was game. And so again, when we ignore the videos, when we sitting here talking about structure your business, open up 5 of them, do this and do that, it's because you got to get this process done legally. You can't just be like, ooh, they giving out money now, my partner do it for 2 G's. What? Cut it out. You know the real way. Like Trump, he probably, his chops is probably watering at the mouth right now. Because people with over 200 businesses, I mean, I ain't even going that far, but it's just preparation for economic uncertainty. You know what I'm saying? And so they not gonna mention how tied in Coinbase is to USDC, and they working hard to rebound it, and the crypto market is trying to do what I'm talking about. So everybody who just pushed, so this morning, crypto was at 900 and I think like 930 billion. Now it's at $1,032 billion. So the people who did that is getting the news before us. Because while it was all falling down, all of this, let's go back to the main crypto market. While it was all falling down, they swooped in last night. That's why it's unfair. Because if you knew Biden was about to do that or something, you'd be like, all right, I'm about to go to the house real quick and buy hella Bitcoin. Like everybody's selling their thing because SVB collapsed, but they don't know on Monday we about to bail them back out. And this is why these numbers is all green. But if you go look at any of my other videos from all week, they was just all red. So I got a project on BNB, registered in Wyoming, 100% legal, another LLC. And I want this to go back up higher. I need this to go higher. Because the commodity, what we got riding on top of it, the value of BNB determines a lot of the value of what we got riding on top of it. But yeah, so who you gonna find out was banking there? It don't matter no more because they did some type of little bailout. I don't know. I'm gonna zoom up just on the strength. Tomorrow we're gonna be with my man Rasan talking about his experience getting diamonds out of Africa. Oh, I want to show y'all something else good, but I need to go see. I'm fighting these allergies and stuff, and I'm getting real nasal. I'm about to go take a hit of that nasal spray. Let me see. It's just ridiculous. But I love my animals, though. You know what I'm saying? I love my animals more than breathing through my nose. Oh, why they say an error? Is that the wrong chat? See, y'all can even see that right here. Oh, that's the last chat, huh? So we about to talk about a few things. Let me see something. Because I did start another multi-million-dollar company today. I want to come on the camera when I say that. Every time I do these type of videos, people sit there and watch the shit manifest and don't act like they don't. Cats better start speaking on it. But let's go back. Hold on. I want to get this link out, see if anybody want to build. Take me a brief break real quick. Shout out, there's 39 people out there. What's up with y'all? Let's get the chat popping so we can have a good conversation. And I know I didn't say everything. That's how bad I see, just if y'all want to know. I be having to make stuff this big on the screen. Y'all probably be wondering why I be zooming in so bad. Hit the link, come build. Let's talk about it. Ain't no history really going down in this one, man. We talking about the future. We talking about the present and modern times. I'm going to play this tune real quick and go flow nays. I'll be right back. How they did it with the instrumental. Alright, we can do the instrumental. I ain't mad. Hit that link though, let's build. Let me see. Alright, let me see. Yeah, that feel a lot better, man. Damn. So what I wanted to see, what I'm gonna do, I gotta find out how deep is Coinbase into how deep is Coinbase into that text? What's up with Asar? How you doing, bro? Long time.
Peace, family. How you been?
I feel a lot better, man. Oh, all is well. Can't complain.
Man, I've been
So what I wanted to see. Oh, I think the YouTube on.
Oh, let me cut mine down. Hold on.
Coinbase into
there it go. Yeah, I just got back from Utah doing my CDL training.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I had to go get the truck joint, and then I'm over here. They'll pay me like 70, but the higher up is like 80 to 106.
Oh so, yeah, with a truck route.
Yeah.
Word is bond. That's good looking.
Yeah, get dedicated somewhere where I ain't got to be leaving too far. You know, I was about to hit you because we went over to Oakland and then we shot to LA.
What you mean? You should have hit me because I'm in between Oakland and LA. Matter of fact, I bet y'all drove from Oakland to LA?
Yeah, I was going to hit you. I was like, I should hit him, and then I was like, we had our mentor with us, and he's so goofy.
Man, I got a building in Oakland, and I got a pretty cool house out in the Central Valley. So my house is like, if you drove from Oakland to LA, my house is probably at the first place where somebody was like, yo, I got to use the bathroom. Yep. You feel me? Like that first place where most people got to use the bathroom, that's where I live. You feel me? And they be like, you stay in the cut like this? But a lot of people call me at that point and they be in my city. It'd be funny.
Actually, I did. If he wasn't so weird, man, I was going to 2 hours like, yo, we stop by my man's spot while we out here.
Yeah, you feel welcome next time. It's all good.
Actually, but yeah, we did that. We drove 2 weeks. We went to Cali twice, went to Texas once, went to Missouri twice, and went to Oregon. And then went back to Utah, and I finally got home Friday night. It's like, man, tired of trucks right now.
Well, actually, like I said, this is a truck stop city too. I wouldn't be surprised if that didn't happen though. But we got a Flying J and a brand new Lowe's Loves in this city. So I used to be sneaking my RV in the truck stop parking lots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I finally learned. Do they pay for those stall booths? Like if you pull up behind like a Flying J or one of those big gas stations, I started to think people was paying for those stalls, and I was gonna get told eventually. So
I don't think so. And they're so open to, like we might just stop there because truckers have contracts with those particular companies. So the trucking company has a contract with Loves where we get diamond status. We go there, we flash our card, you get a shower, you get food, you get the whole work.
oh yeah, that's a good look. I just started the LLC today, juiced off of So I've been telling myself, so I know how my business life be working. Sometimes I don't be procrastinating. I be waiting for that moment, and it happened today. Because I was like, I knew I wanted to open up a few other LLCs, but I don't want to just be willy-nilly opening up something just to not really do some business that I'm not into or don't want to do. And I don't want to just do something for commercial purposes. So I got started a land development company today. But I anticipate from my prowess and my knowledge and from a few things that I got going on that I will be able to get this into be another multi-million-dollar asset in a amount maybe in the next 2 years, because it won't be hard with that type of a structure of a company. And I know it's not easiest for lending, so I'm going to open up another LLC to be the parent, not to tie it into anything that I'm already doing, but a more well-based, stretched out, a limited liability company that could be the parent. And I will basically, when I turn in the statement of information, I'm going to just simply say, it's me and this other company. You know what I'm saying? I mean, on the statement of information, which gives you a lot more freedom too, because the members of that other company, LLC, essentially have control over this one. But I don't see it as something BS. I don't do BS. I already buy properties at tax lien auctions, and I was challenged by the fact that brothers like Hugh Macbeth and Theodore Troyer could do things like this in 1919, where they started the Mexican Land Development Company. And it was all for under the impetus of developing land for, African American communities. And they did it, and they thrived for 15 years. And so I'm like, what? This 2023. If I can't do 30 years, if I could do 30 years, that's a cool rest of my another 30 years. You know what I'm saying? And so I know I'm not going to only do 15 years. And so that's just what I've been on.
You should make that other company the board. And then if they're already if that's a bigger company than yours, see if you can put an IPO on the market and let people buy into the stock.
Oh, well, that's a long process, and one that I'm not familiar with as far as the going public. I think because I'm only familiar with LLCs, and if you noticed, you really probably can't go public with an LLC. You think you got to be incorporated or a different type of a bit. I don't know if you can or not. I'm talking about like on the stock market and be an LLC.
Yeah, you can still be an LLC on the stock market. You just need to, like I said, if that other company is vested with you and they're already big like that, then make them the board. Because once you have a board, and you got to have a board, a few other things, and it's always good to talk to venture capital, of course.
So I don't really, right now it is just, so really right now, all of that is stuff that I'm going to build as you build the company. You know what I'm saying? But the first thing to be legal is to tell the state what you're trying to do. You see what I'm saying? So my first move obviously was to tell them, look, I'm going to be moving under this name, AAA, Land Development, AAA, whatever, however it's going to come out, Land Development AAC, and registered that. I don't know about being public and all that, but I just think by the meager means that I already know how to achieve little things, I think now that I'm learning how to put funding behind stuff, I think that it won't be hard to, put it this way, man, I'm just going to keep it a buck. Your average dude who just could be, you could just be an average white dude and be a developer, yo. Yeah. So I'm not selling myself short at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even an average brother. I'm more than average. But if you just go look, they don't be thinking they got to do something super historical to go into land development.
That's true. And really, it's just a matter of what I've been looking for. Like over right now, we looking at Bennett, Colorado. So I'll mess around to have our first venture, right? There's no covenant on the land. So it's still willy-nilly. I can do what I want to do. I don't have to build a certain way or anything like that. Once I buy it, because they're talking about 32 acres for, I think it was 50 or 60,000. I'll be up. The first thing I'll do is build something residential and build something business-wise, so that there's no, you okay if you buy over here, you have to have business here. If you buy over here, you got to have resident. You know how they do, zoning you out. So once we do that, then it's just how we want to build the neighborhood, and then build a big wall around that section.
Yeah.
So you enter a certain way and then go from there.
But ain't no but. I'm with you 100%. I just heard you say, I hate when I try to inject and then I use a word that makes it sound like I'm in opposition to what you're saying. Okay, yeah, but we do that just as a people. Like sometimes we'll be agreeing with somebody, but we want to expound and we'll say, nah, go like this. But you really just said, nah, like everything I said wasn't cool. And, and so I've been working on that in my own dialogue. And I was just simply trying to say that I'm trying to follow all of the standard developmental things that developers do, like get all the permissions before, permitting after the fact in my strategy or business plan. That ain't even it. Even for like throwing parties and stuff, I probably got to get a permit for Hiro Day like a year in advance. So say we do have plans to develop it before we even put the coin down as a company, we got to step to the controllers or the assessors or whoever the people are to say, look, we are a developmental company. We want to develop this area. We want to make sure we ain't going to have no zoning conflicts and even possibly submit for the permits right now or get it zoned the way it needs to be zoned right now before we make this acquisition. That ain't as hard as it seems. And I just got a little bit of, no experience with it, but I've dealt with my man Domino in dealing with the marijuana licensing and zoning in Oakland, where we have a building that since the blocks are made out in squares, but they did the zoning for cannabis sales in a circle. So we have a building that falls half in the circle and half outside of the circle. And so what would you do as a business owner? Is you going to say, oh, forget it. We half in the circle. We could go on and start growing and then get your dough kicked in. You see what I'm saying?
Right. So if you can grow on that particular side, really I would go talk to the police.
That's exactly what we did. And that's how we went and talked to the assessor and explained our situation, and they gave us a one-off to allow us to do what we needed to do. And we got that written into our documentation and tax records or what have you, permits and permissions for what we got on that property. So they gave us a case-by-case solution. Meaning they wasn't just like, oh, you outside the circle. They was just like, well, walk from your front door to the front door of the closest school to your facility. And if you are over 600 feet, we're going to give y'all the permission. If y'all under 600 feet, we can't give y'all the permission. So me and my man did the measurements, and then we was like 1,500 feet. Took it back to 1,500 feet, and we got the clearances. And so I'm saying that could be reduplicated in other scenarios, and I'm not scared to get comfortable with these people who actually could say yes or no. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. I think if you guys, once you approach it, you know, see what they say. If it's under no covenant though, anything under no covenant, remember you make the rules.
What's no covenant? What's that?
Like, you know how you're looking at licensing and zoning? When there's no covenant over the land, you don't have to give the license or the zoning. You just have to make sure you're in compliance with the state. So you build how you want it. This is why in New Mexico, you know, as you drive to Vegas, you see all those like Indian reservation, but then you see some regular land in between, and that regular land in between doesn't have anything. Like the houses are just, they're either like trailer houses, which can look good, or some of them are makeshift houses.
Oh, I know prefabs. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
And so with the, like, if you get like a trailer house, or like I plan on building a bunch of container homes like you have the luxury homes, because that's what most luxury homes are now. They're containers that are flipped out. So it's one thing to do them like that, or to get the barnyard house, and you create what you want because you're in control of the land and there's no covenant over it. So there's nobody that's going to stop you from doing anything. Huh, honey?
So my homegirl is actually a developer in Las Vegas. But when she reached out to me because she's seen I was talking a lot about getting tax lien properties. But she hit me from a level that was bigger than, you know, she was like, I'm a developer. You feel me? And I was like, huh? She like, yeah, she wanted to talk more about what I'll be doing with the tax lien properties. And so now that we just thought about it, and this is a sister I went to high school with. You feel me? And so now that I learned, I'm going to let her know that I'm trying to go in that direction. Now, developers be having millions and billions and stuff, right? But who's to say what level you intend to start out on and to grow your company and to grow your, and then the plan we got for the company is first to be more, I mean, we community based, and I guess we'll call ourselves a compassionate company, more community based, which will, you know, I got this plan to use the way credit scores has been used against us, where we need to flip that back over. We need to make sure if you in the LLC or a member or a partnership with people, everybody is pushing on the door of an 800. You know what I'm saying? Because if you put a group of men together, even if you honestly, you could be one man and go get $10 million if your profile is correct. But when you put 10 men together in the LLC or more, who all say even to be a part of this membership, it's levels to the game. It could be the 600, 700, 800 club. You know what I'm saying? But how that strengthens a company is just incredibly ridiculous. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really ain't no stopping responsible men who come together like that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. When we talk about it, like right now, I'm sitting down. It's me and a couple of my partners from Texas. Once I attain the land, one of the things we're going to do is build the warehouse. We're probably going to build the trucking company over there, and they're going to do theirs in Texas. We'll be, you know, affiliates, obviously. And then once we have a fleet of 10 trucks, we can approach the government here and get $1 million funding, because that's what they're doing, because trucking runs America. If we got reefers, which is basically refrigerated trucks, they're definitely going to give us the $1 million. My other partner out here is he got one, And then he was trying to get a second, but he couldn't get the guys to get together. He was trying to do an all-black one, of course. Our brothers and sisters wouldn't talk to each other the way they need to, but we'll get that together. The other thing is, when you develop it, you just start to create it. And if you look at Laredo, Texas, you have a bunch of the cartels coming down. And so if you've ever drove through Laredo, Texas is a truck city. Whole city is ran by trucking. When you go, you'll find spots where there's a mansion in the middle of nowhere, cattle on the side of that mansion, and then a trucking joint, and then a bunch of banged up houses and the space right next to it. And you see that because you got cartel members coming in there, they're taking over, they're starting to run companies, they're getting business contracts, and they're making money. And so they're creating the city how they want it to be, because there's no covenant over the land that they're getting, and it's right next to the border. So, number one, you've got, and this is no knock on them, but we obviously know what's happening if you know the reports. There's one of the highest rates of kidnapping, one of the highest rates of trafficking, because most of the people who get trafficked, when you get people traffickers, they're coming through trucks. So
you see the screen right there?
Yeah, there's
you see that screen?
It's not
you
showing.
See what that say? Quit claim deed.
Oh, yup.
I'm just saying they might see the steering wheel here and think it's all fun and games, but I'm sitting in front of it. It's just life like that. So that's just a property that I'm signing over to one of my LLCs right now, via a quit claim deed. You know what I'm saying? And I probably can't show that, but I got more legal paperwork right here.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm not scared about looking like this and opening up a land development company. I'm gonna laugh at it, and once I show my prowess and accumulate these assets, it ain't gonna be hard. And so I got the business strategy already. It's gonna start with tax liens. You know what I'm saying? Tax lien accumulation, and then basically if you get enough money to where you acquire a tax lien property, not tax lien, but a tax sale property that is equitable, you know what I mean? Like, say they want 100 bands in taxes, and you paid 100 bands and you get like a $750,000 property, to even say a $500,000 property. Well, if it's a lot of those are turnkey, believe it or not, and in 45 days you get the deed, you could keep it and borrow right back off of it, like just that fast. It ain't no flip. The bank don't do that. It's just nothing. It ain't like they're gonna be like, oh, you got this in the auction. That's not how that works. They
interject real quick while you're going in. When he's talking about tax liens, what happens is people buy houses or properties, for those who don't know, and they don't pay the taxes, and then it's seized. Once it's seized, then you can pay their taxes and end up either owning the property or getting paid for the property, because the bank will buy it back from you.
100%. So 2 ways you could get paid from the property depending on which state you're in. If you're in a tax lien state, I'm gonna try to open my camera up. If you're in a tax lien state, you can get interest on the lien, which is placed on the money owed on the house, and then you get all your money back. It's so raw. Like, if they pay it, you get all your money back. And if it wind up going unpaid, your lien is the first position to acquire the property. But you don't get the property right away in a tax lien state. In a tax sales state like California, you get the property instantly. And so you get the property before you get the deed, meaning you got 100% rights to the property after the auction transaction, but you don't want to go there yet because you could have issues with the person. See what I'm saying? And particularly one property I brought, tell you no lie, I pulled my black self up on the property, and the white boy came down with his pistol so quick.
What's up? What's up?
Yeah, exactly. Come walking all up on my property, but I couldn't prove it yet because I had not had the deeds, and he had known that for being abandoned for hella long. So now he just see a black truck pulling up to it, and it's next door to his house, and it's in the boonies in the woods. He came pistoled up. Come to find out, after our long conversation, he had his history in Oakland, California. Believe it or not. And if you really want to go there, he told me some gangster stories. Like, he was like, you know Otis and Suge? And I'm like, man, O and Suge on my album. I'm talking about this is really my a neighbor from a property that we purchased up in the mountains. You know what I'm saying? But not to get taken off, I was trying to talk about how you actually will get the deed within 45 days. And that's just my initial recourse. And so raising the funding to do that, I ain't gotta raise that. I'm not going through those traditional processes. I could go get that bread. And now I'm working on my personal numbers, but now I know I got like-minded brothers because I already rock with them and our scores is right to where all we got to do is have another system. Again, I'm not saying our scores is right. I'm trying to get right to where I can walk into a bank with a toothpick in my mouth, not with no nervous.
And I mean, really
exactly. Knowing they gonna come back talking about, oh, Mr. Owens. How you doing, Phil? Phil?
What's up, brother Ant?
Oh, who is that? The Ant, Phil, any of y'all? How y'all doing?
Phil in the building and Anthony in the building.
What's up, Fins? What's good, bro?
I'm a top son. I'm Buster Jack.
Yeah, so since they waiving the LLC fees in California, I didn't pay them. I only paid them $5. I think I even still got the screen open. Hold on. I still might even have the screen. Look,
yo, I'm good, man. What's up? Yo, what's up, Asar?
Are you listening to the YouTube, huh?
He is. He's behind just a second.
Yeah, you behind us a little bit. You need to listen to the Zoom.
What's up?
You can hear us in real time right now?
Yeah, I'm here in real time right
now.
now.
Okay, because you was a little behind when we said what's up to you. I didn't know if you had a delay or not.
Yo, brother Smash, are you incorporated? Have you been incorporating outside of California?
I got not incorporated as an LLC, but so I don't, I think that's an S Corp or a C Corp, but yeah, I do got a LLC in Wyoming.
Good, that's right. That's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? Pay less taxes.
Yep. But it was.
I do have a delay actually. I always have a delay when I come on.
I think it's because you're looking. So, are you watching on Zoom or YouTube?
I got both on.
Turn the YouTube off.
Yeah, turn the sound on the YouTube off. That way you can zero in on this one.
Turn one on.
If you turn the YouTube off, you should get the sound from the Zoom.
All right.
You still hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it took away the delay too because you responded quicker. Yeah. So.
All right. Yeah, that's what's up. So yeah, I already know you got a lot of things going because you was MCing back in the 90s, but on that passive side, that real estate, because I read Donald Trump's book and I read Robert Kiyosaki, and their foundation is real estate because, of course, as an investor, you pay less taxes on having real estate. And I mean, Robert Kiyosaki, he got 7,200 properties. Yeah, he's in debt, but he brings in so much in cash flow that, you know what I'm saying, he got more income than expenses. So, I mean, he's out the game. That's it. It's over with. Trump,
exactly.
Donald Trump do too.
Yeah, I mean, I know a person living in this city own 28 properties in this city. So you ain't got to be like Rambo in order to help. He can help 28 families that he so choose. You see what I mean? And so I'm like, yo, maybe sometimes we got to understand crawling before we ball. Now that you own 28 houses, you could get a loan from anybody in order to get like 50 million. Because if at least 25 million if you got 28 properties.
Yeah, I only got 3 right now, and I'm house hacking. So I live in one for a year,
Mm-hmm.
then I move out, and then I go live in another one. I'm just gonna just keep doing that until I feel like I want to find somewhere where I want to settle down. But I got a good credit score. I got other assets though. I play in the stock market. I got commodities. I mean, I'm just trying to just build wealth. You know what I'm saying? Overall, I'm going to Africa this year so I can buy some land and grow some cocoa beans on it and something else. But I really want to start a mining company because that's where the U.S. buys a lot of things from Africa. They buy rubber, they buy iron ore, they buy things from Africa. So if I could start a mining company, and maybe we should go together on something like that with
We
a
got a
brother.
brother about to talk about that tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific time. So try to tune in tomorrow if you can, or the show will be up. He's specifically going to be talking about exactly what you just said.
Okay,
So the,
I've been
so the
man.
Gambia.
I've been taking some classes because I'm already an agent and I got a couple certifications. But for me to get into the financial services industry, then they want that piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta get it. I was typing up a essay right now, macroeconomics right now while you was talking. So you know what I'm saying?
Macro,
Yeah, macroeconomics right
big,
now.
micro, or macro?
Macro. I still got to
Okay.
take a microeconomics, but I'm
Yeah.
doing macro right now.
Word up.
And so I got some ideas. I'm gonna start a little insurance agency, and I'm getting into marketing too right now. But
Check on your economic frontier, brother Phil.
Yeah. The majority of the stuff that I'll discuss and the way I talk about acquisitions, it could fit right into the standard black man's template. You know what I'm saying? Especially me coming through rap. That means I wasn't in college and stuff. You feel me? So that ain't what it is. It just was figuring out the system and trying to do things in unconventional ways that really had sources behind them. Like ever since we was kids, we heard about the auction but nobody really ever brought that information into a way to see benefit in people's lives. But now I'm not even an example of it. You can go to YouTube and see people talking big. And really what the best thing to do is to research the auctions that just passed and look at the opportunities that just went past us. Because you'll see, man, this person just got this $1 million house for $250,000 with nothing. It's just like that. You know what I'm saying? And so he could go borrow. He don't have to get crazy. Say you got $1 million house and you just got it for $250,000. You could borrow another $250,000 and you still sitting on a $500,000 in equity. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. That's the thing I heard you because I seen when you went on that auction site. I wrote that down. My thing I'm trying to do is I'm just using debt because the thing I figured out is remember when we was younger. Remember that game, the Game of Life and Monopoly. They both came out at the same time. So I didn't understand it then, but I understood it later. All they was trying to teach us was that board with all the money and the promissory note. The promissory note they were showing us was the dollar because money is fake, and it said promissory note, which a note is basically a promise to pay, and that was a dollar. And they were basically showing us, man, you go around a board and all you do is you have expenses. And a car is a liability. A house is a liability if it's not making you no money. They was giving out the game in the 80s, but
The own monopoly.
paying attention.
And really, in the world, to keep it a buck, to a lender or creditor, having real promissory notes would be better than having a dollar. Let's say you go to the bank, right? And you say, okay, they look at your bank account. They say you got 70 bands in there. Okay, cool. But let's say you go to the bank and you got 15 bands in there and you say, but look, I got 7 promissory notes from other people, all got perfect credit. They ain't missed on none of their payments and they all owe me this. So it wouldn't be called a promissory note. Now it's called some type of a loan contract. You see what I'm saying? But it's essentially the same thing. This is why banks get to lend on money they kind of don't even got. With the same type of philosophy, working promissory notes and all this type. For instance, they get $1, don't they get the loan on $10? And so really it's because they got you in a loan promising that you're going to pay some interest that they ain't even got yet. I don't want to get into that too much and start getting out of what I know, but this is just what I've seen to come across, because somebody could be like, that ain't exactly how it worked.
It is.
But
that is how it works.
I know it is, but I just don't be liking to speak authoritatively. Yeah.
Nah, that's how it works. David taught us this. They take that money from the bank and they go give it to an insurance company, and then they charge the insurance company 8 or 9%. So that's why, like, there's insurance policies called Index Universal Life, where you put your money in that, and your money grows exponentially. You take the shortest amount of life insurance, and your policy grows. One day I'm gonna sit down with you. I'm just gonna tell you how to use it, man. There's brothers out there that's building up $20,000, $30,000 cash value in like 1 year. They taking out some of that cash value.
What you mean in a property?
They buying property. That's what I'm doing.
I'm with you on that. I'm willing to talk about that at any given time, because but that's not even the hardest. If you catch the market my wife's a realtor, and she's done deals where the property appreciated for her customer before the deal closed.
That's right. I'm just using debt. All I'm doing is I'm not using my own money. I'm just using debt. I'm using FHA 203K, 203Ks. That's what I'm gonna keep. I'm not gonna use none of my money.
Well, that's what I was talking about. And so that's what the plan is for getting like-minded. We ain't asking, the plan is not even to ask people to go into their well. The plan is, let's get some commitments from these big banks. We can all hold similar commitments, and let's have the paperwork to say what these commitments is for. You know what I'm saying? And bring that out. But even easier than that, to me, is doing it with intellectual property. But what I mean is, like, the newest, you heard of that artist that just sold his music catalog for $70 million? Did you hear about that news report recently?
No.
Yeah, it wasn't Hitmaker, like Hit Boy, or one of these guys with the first name is Hit.
Hit Boy, yeah.
Yeah, one of them. I'm outdated, but one of them first name Hit just sold his intellectual property, or his beats, or his music catalog for $70 million. But he shouldn't have did that, because once he got it valued at such, he should have went to a bank. We got to understand that even intellectual property assets that aren't tangible are still assets. Like this YouTube page, just because it ain't that valuable to me. Right now, I get like $500 a month from YouTube. You see what I'm saying? That's a small asset. And it's only serving to show that I got a little bit more income. But think about the biggest YouTube channel. They just offered him $1 billion for his Mr. Beast. They offered him $1 billion for his YouTube channel. He turned it down. And guess what he said? Y'all gotta offer me like $20 billion for this YouTube channel. And then you could go watch it on Fox News. Economist said he's smart, and it's true, because he did the valuation. He said, well, it cost this much for a Super Bowl commercial. The Super Bowl on one day is supposed to see 100 million people. He see 100 million people whenever he feel like pressing the button. You feel me? And so I'm only speaking towards the fact that, yeah, these this intellectual property, these are assets. We just ain't grew some of them to such. Some people have and don't even know how you could go to a bank with your YouTube page. Now they know the truth of that, but they ain't gonna look, and they ain't gonna be stupid. They won't turn it down. They just won't like that to be the only asset on your line item. The only, you know what I'm saying, under the asset columns. But if we don't think that them is assets, we tripping and we playing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I like what you and Brother Asar is doing. I like what y'all doing, because with AI coming up, see what I'm doing with AI is going to be able to take large swaths of numbers and crunch those, and it's going to put me in a tight bind. That's why I got some other stuff trying to do an agency and some other things. I'm gonna be in a large bind. That's why I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, get off maybe a mining company, growing food, supplying other people. But what y'all doing, you're saying AI can't come in and really touch you. So that's a good thing because AI gonna put a lot of people out of work.
Well, we
Coming
all
up.
got to. I've incorporated AI into everything I've done since I've known AI into my real business practices. I mean, as well as my future business practices, like into my. I mean, I even don't even. I write my emails, but I write them into Chat GPT first and say, make this sound more friendly, or you know what I'm saying, and they'll just take my email and rewrite it for me. And so it's been doing better for me too, because I've been sounding like a more engaged business person with all proper formatting and everything. And so I don't even need no secretary to overlook nothing no more or none of that type of stuff. And not saying that that's when we talking on independent business, we just talking small. I'm like the word secretary might seem like something, but that's just somebody to make sure you ain't slipping, basically. You know what I mean? Like making a faulty business presentation. That's what that person is to do. And so some people might be like, man, I can't even spell. That don't mean you can't be a boss. You just need to surround yourself with people who can. You know what I'm saying? And that's facts. Yeah.
Team building, team building. That's what I learned from listening to Donald Trump. I started my first business back in 2007. I read his book, Think Big. The first thing he said was, get an accountant and get a lawyer. Me and my boy, we didn't do that, man. I was out of business within 2 years because, you know what I'm saying, the people I was working with was real shady on the paperwork, and we didn't have nobody to really look it over. So I was making money for a little bit, but then they got shady with the paperwork and nothing I could do because
I'll pull
I
up
ain't have a
right
lawyer
now.
to represent me.
Man, I'll be putting up shit receipts, bro. Like lawyers is crazy. We pay them so much money, I don't even trip. It's just legal fees. But I don't do no lawyers on I don't do retainers no more. I got one lawyer who helped me out really good. That's my man's. The cold part about it is you want to know how business be. I met this lawyer at not even an AAU hoop game, bro. But I'm at an AAU hoop game with some big time problems, and it was so on my mind. One of the other parents was like, "What's going on?" You feel me? She was a lawyer, the other parent, but she didn't do the type of law that I was into. And so she recommended me her other homie out in Castro Valley or whatever. And I mean, you'll be surprised. I ain't never did the retainers like you might be. You got lawyers on retainer?
Oh, I got an attorney and an accountant now. I learned from the first time around. It ain't gonna happen again.
Yeah, I understand that, and I definitely keep them close, but I more or less call them when I need them, like the fire department now. After establishing monetary relationships over the years, I don't need you getting no percentages, but I ain't speaking to no other people business. Certain things work for other people, but me with the lawyers, I just deal with them as I need them.
But it's not that real serious though. I just go through really just legal Zoom. It's a real service. So I don't
Oh,
really get
okay,
a
yeah, that's
real
perfect.
attorney
That
if I
now
need
you
to, you know what I'm
talking,
saying?
you talking right up my alley. Actually, it's really serious. You have a team of lawyers, not just a lawyer. You feel me? That might flake on you. See, a lot of the stuff that started making me be distasteful about that type of lawyers is usurped by using these type of applications where it's a group of lawyers who came together to provide legal services for individuals. You know, I recommend LegalZoom. I got one LLC on LegalZoom. It's not the one that's in Wyoming. It's a California LLC. And so they be hitting you, telling you got this legal thing to do. You'll just get the email. You feel me?
They file my taxes for they file all my taxes for me. Yeah, I got them doing everything. So
You gotta push them. I tell you all another thing. Uh, and even like when you do your online stuff. Uh, Matter of fact, you mind if I share my screen real quick?
Oh yeah, is the screen cut off?
I didn't
Let me
even
see.
check.
Yeah, you could
It
go right
says it's
ahead.
disabled now.
And I'm gonna pull up some stuff. So this lawyer lawyers be crazy. But you know, they'll try to hit you with numbers. $450 an hour is what I be paying.
That's too
Ooh.
much. They tripping.
I
Just go get
mean,
the.
it
And then
depends
you
on
come
what
to
time.
look
It ain't
up and
just
do
that. It's
it
the
as soon as
Bay.
they do it.
Once it's the Bay Area, and two is like the type of legal counsel that you want. You feel me?
Right.
But if he get the job done, keep you out of any trouble. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, things then went away.
You know what
Things
I'm
go
saying?
away.
Sometimes it's worth it if he keep you out of trouble. And
We like things go away. You feel me? But I gotta keep it real. I got love with a lawyer so much that, believe it or not, I got one lawyer that let me just give him a band a month, bro. But I've been giving him a band a month for so long that it's ridiculous. It ain't a retainer; it's actually debt. But he so I don't do retainers. He let me see. I talked him out of the retainer, and then he ran up this huge amount of debt. But he understand that I ain't went nowhere. I ain't never missed a payment. I actually need him reporting to my credit. But what's this we see? What's this we see on the screen right here?
So this is one of my LLCs. Besides my fight company, which I show on here as well. With this, each year we make that periodical report for what comes in, what comes out. And once you finish that periodical report, because this is digital, when I start to do bigger projects, I can make it go public, make it an IPO. It's an LLC.
okay.
It's through the nation, so it's no biggie. And I've attached some of the products to my other company, which is where did I put those at? Your monument, I think. Which is here, which we do these gloves because I have a fight promotion here in Colorado, which we've ran for a while. Now I try to keep them separate to a degree because the fight promotion we've seen like a $20,000 night, right? We'll throw a fight, income comes in, so and so will make this off the alcohol. I'll make this much off of tickets. Ticketmaster counts how much. I've got to pay 6% to the boxing commission. But because I have a digital LLC, say I wanted to put the pay-per-view on here, I could track the pay-per-view numbers and get that residual coming. I can report it or not report it. But if it says pay-per-view, of course, America might ask later if we become big or a UFC type entity. So you can still go, do this is for you all at home. Do your digital if you're going digital, like our brother Cass was just talking about, or if you're going international, digital, whatever you're doing, LLC it out, make your money, talk to venture capital. Once you reach a certain level, then you can turn around and, you can say, hey, let's do an IPO, let's do this. You can put business partners with it. Also, if you have employees that you're paying on tax ID, not just as contractors, when taxes come up, for each employee, you can get $26,000 per person as an employer. So these are the things you might miss out tax-wise if you heard our brother talk about the lawyer. You turn around and get $26,000 off of paying him for the year.
So I just scratched out something, but all you could probably see under there is LLC. But this is legal fees, B. Straight up. And this is me talking to lawyer. Look, bro, I don't get down like that. You about to take a band a month. Not like that, but actually knowing how to work it out, you know what I'm saying, over the years, because people don't know how to do that. You ain't never had no issue where you could talk to a lawyer and get what you need and get it arranged that way, right? You gonna get people. I bet you. I know somebody wish they had it like that right now. They got a trial coming up soon, but I know what them lawyers is doing. They hitting us off like, nah, give me my money before this case. But really, in any facet of business, you can negotiate what you need. And so that was just 60 bands that he charged for some legal occurrences. And I'm like, bro, you about to take a band a month. I'm good for it. He took the band a month, and I never default on none of the payments. And as you're seeing right there, it got $7,000 more to pay. But, hey, people be like, you can't do that. I'm like, what? Please. How you talk and negotiate? Like, how do you get it in? You a straight shooter? Most people respect game from the hips. Man, when I was younger, I got in a car accident once. It was the only time I got into, and I knew I was gonna get put into the criminal system. And I talked with the dude that I just wrecked his car. Say, bruh, I'm gonna give you all your bread. This is just how our conversation went. I'm gonna give you all your bread. I just damaged your car. I got the money. I gave him what I had right there. I said, but look, I gotta go because if these people put me in the system, my whole life about to change. So look, I was like, the woman I'm with about to take the woman you with home. And you know, she was like, I just got to get to work. It was a whole friendly scenario. But dude let me cut because he just seen it in my eyes. Like, first of all, ain't nobody came at me like that ever in my life. You feel me? For some reason, I'm trusting you for some reason, and I'm going to let you go. And then here's the cold part about it. I remember his name to this day. I won't say his whole name, but his last name was Goodman. And I remember that, and I always thought that this was really a good man because I wrecked his car, and he was like, and I hopped out like, check this out. This is what I got. I'm going to get you the rest later, but I need to leave because I'm going to be in the system. And he was like, bruh, he talked with his wife for a minute, and they was like, go ahead. What? I said, wow. And so I don't know what I'm talking about right now. I went off on a tangent. But it's more or less about you negotiate. You get what you negotiate, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny though. That's the trust. That's that 80s trust, that 90s trust.
Yeah, it was 80s. I was real young and dumb. I was still young and dumb. It was like late 90s. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. We don't have that no more. We got to rebuild that. It's got to be, it's got to be genuine when we do it too.
Well, if I was insured, if my car was insured, knowing that what I went through, if my car was insured, and if a youngster hopped out and said those things to me and was concerned about not being in the criminal system, I would have felt him too, though. I would have been like I gave him my ID, let him take a picture of it. I'm like, you got it. You want to give it to the boys? Go right ahead. But it's in your pocket. I'm gone.
How much you bill him more?
Whatever was in my pocket, it probably wasn't much, but he probably more seen into my gestures than into what I gave him. You know what I'm saying? Oh, ultimately? You mean ultimately?
Yeah.
Oh, ultimately I had to break him off some bread. I don't remember the exact amount, but yeah, I ultimately had to break him off. I basically got his car fixed, or that's what I did. I got his car fixed. You know what I'm saying? I remember that. But his name was Goodman. But anyway, that threw us off the subject because we was talking about more or less. So what we've learned as youngsters, I'm not putting my personal ambitions to the side. I still want to live like a king ultimately all the time, not just on holidays. You know what I'm saying? And so if anybody got a problem with that, then that's just, they don't understand that that's the whole reason why you want to have a thriving business. Like, you want to have a thriving business to help a world where hopefully the result of that is still abundance. Like, abundance should not be negative at any part of it. And so primarily, but that don't never get in the way of my inclination towards congregation. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be like, man, this could help everybody. And but people don't seem to always be on it like that. So at least I try to be an exemplar, or I try to just say, okay, well, if I said I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Like, I definitely know the land development company gonna be multi-millions ain't a lot. See? So that's what people mess up. Like, for let me lay out a path to having a multi-million-dollar company. Buy 2 houses in California. Simple as that. Because you're gonna have a debt, but really you judge. We know how they call $1 million. Yeah, exactly. They call $1 million by your debt, subtract your assets, and all of these other things. And so as soon as you get into the point with those properties that you acquire where the equity is accumulating and you paying down the mortgage, that company will be $1 million company just from ownership. So it's millionaires just because Granny still owned the house and it appreciated in San Francisco, but she don't got $1 million in the bank. So we'd be confused by, like, when they said Kanye was a billionaire. It probably was never no time he had $1 billion in bank. But what did he have? As we talked about monopoly, he had what would be a promissory note on the monopoly board from Adidas, with this contract with Adidas that he could have took out along any place in the world with that promissory note. What I mean by that, yeah, he could walk that contract into any financial institution and say, "What? I'm Kanye West. Here's my deal with Adidas. I simply want this give me this." Like, who would say no? And so essentially we talking about how some of this paperwork is even in deals. You know what I mean? Not to go too far with it, but everybody knows, man, the paperwork valuable too. This is why you can show creditors leases you have. Have you ever, if you ever refinanced a building or a property or anything, they want to see the leases you got on there too, right? It's the same. It's kind of like the same thing. I don't know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Correct. And really, the only reason why his stock went down is because his volatility. Because who runs your banking system? Usually the Jewish. So you're dealing with his volatility, the fact that Adidas is stuck with the amounts. So when you look at what Adidas is stuck with, when they say Adidas can't sell something 900 million worth of Kanye stuff, now you can actually see what he's worth. Because he got a contract to do this, that, the other. His assets are what? The clothing. Bill Gates doesn't have $1 billion.
Exactly.
He has 1 billion computers.
Exactly. So that's what people start being confused. I did a crypto project, and that's the one that's registered as the bar DAO.
Billion Gates got $1 billion. He got $1 billion.
No, not cash money.
He breaks this shit. He breaks this shit down, like, for real. He's like, there's an employee, there's self-employed, which I am, which you would be considered cash. There's big business and there's investor, and everything comes with tax implications. Self-employed people, we pay the most taxes because we don't pay Medicare, we don't pay Social Security. He said big business, they got like 400, 500 employees. That's why Donald Trump was trying to get them to pay 10 to 15% in taxes. And he said investors, they pay little to no taxes. He said that's why most people want to become investors, because you pay them littlest in taxes and you keep most of your money. It's not how much you make, but it's how much you keep.
I tell you another thing about Trump while you mention it. He got his money from grants. So he got good grant writers around him. They wrote a bunch of grants. That's how he became a millionaire.
They're using debt. They're using
That's
debt.
why he became a millionaire.
That's why they're using debt. They're getting a 3.5% loan, putting it down, and they're doing it every year. And then 10 years later, on their first property, they're not selling, cash out refi, take the money, taking the cash, and then all they're doing is they keep repeating the process. So
that's how he maintains it. What he became when he initiated the method he used to become a millionaire, he used grants. After he took those grants and started to make business moves with that money, he was able to attain those properties, cultivate those properties, and make money off those properties, and then sell them for more than what he bought them for.
Because look, I bought a property in Philly. I put down $9,000. I put down on the property. After 1 year, I took the money back out and I put it down on the next one. And all I'm doing is repeating the process.
Yeah, you're doing what I just said. You bought a property, you cultivated it, and then you sold it for more than it's worth.
I didn't sell it.
But if you do,
that's the whole thing about real estate and assets. You never sell an asset, then it doesn't become an asset. This is why Robert Kiyosaki got 7,200 properties, and he's getting cash flow off every single one of them. He's making over $1 million just off real estate. That's why the dude is wealthy. There's a difference between being rich and wealthy. And the difference is, if he sat on his ass today and said, I don't want to work, how much wealth does he have? He has enough to last him until he dies. He don't got to
Yeah,
do nothing. And that's what
but
I'm
you're talking
striving
about
for.
cultivating the
Wealth,
land. So if you
wealth.
turned it into an Airbnb, which is what it sounds like, or you rented it out because you've cultivated and made it livable and comfortable living, then you're making money off of the asset while you own it. So you're talking about the cultivation stages.
Well,
But
you can get a
he
2 or
also
3K,
sells land.
fixed it up. And then, like I said, I got it near direct. I got it near university. I'm getting near universities. So you get a college kid to live in it and move out
Mhm.
of it. Someone else is just going to move in it.
Yeah,
So I don't have to, I
you
don't have to
cultivated it.
cultivate anything. Now
That's
it's
what you did.
done.
Because if you bought it and it didn't, and no one was living in it, you changed it
Yeah,
around. That's what you call cultivating a property.
I got you.
That's
I got you.
exactly what you did. And
I got
then,
you.
yeah, you started to rent it out. So then you started to make money off of the property. Absolutely. And he
But
has some of those, but he's also sold properties as well.
so just for the record, if anybody think anything that we talking about is out of reach, I mean, it's not hard to have a plug on getting a home loan with a 580 credit score
That's right.
and 3.5% down. HUD loan, I mean, with FHA loan. That's what my family do. So if you think call my bluff,
Oh,
I'll call you right in right now.
yeah, that's right. And that's the
His
easy. It's
his
right. It's
daddy
the
gave
easy.
him money, and he also got them grants. And his daddy gave him $1 million, if I
Right.
think,
Yeah, no doubt. No
if I'm
doubt.
not mistaken.
But
It's
that
like, go on
big
and get
Trump
some
tower,
properties. He
but that
took
big
that
Trump
and
tower, I don't know how
grants
many
and got
rooms it
busy.
got. Do you know how many rooms it got?
Huh?
That Trump tower?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I,
Ridiculous.
but yeah,
So
his
you
dad
doing the
did give him
right
some
thing.
money though. Yeah, his pops did give him some money. So that did help him. That did help him. But when he claimed bankruptcy, all he had to do was give up some of them properties, and
Hmm.
then you good. He still got a lot of properties.
Yup. Did we fulfill the amount that I owe? Yeah, well, that'll do. Cool. And keep it moving. That's why I didn't know. I was
Nah,
like,
you
why
right,
don't you
Asar.
just tell
Nah,
them
nah,
what
you
your
right, Asar.
taxes
Nah,
are?
no
What's the
doubt.
big deal?
Nah, you doubt. I took some. I actually look. I have my pen and paper. I'll be taking notes, man. Believe it or not, when smart brother speaking, I'm taking notes. I always can learn
Absolutely.
something.
Myself, man, I don't care. We keep doing these type of bills, more people gonna start joining in. People just be like, I don't know. Sometimes I know how it is to be. I know how it is to be feeling like you too balling to listen to it, and I know how too broke. You feel me? Like they talking stuff that don't help me. I can't buy no house. I need some McDonald's, and we kind of really all things. No, I'm saying I've been there, so I wasn't making fun of another person.
No,
And
no, I
so,
got you.
yeah, and so I'm saying like we need people to understand, brother. And we just like you, we just talking about something that we probably put in motion a little bit earlier than others. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm getting started. I'm getting started late because I done blew almost. I done blew my. I done blew almost half of my 30s before I got financially literate.
Phil, you hit me when you shoot to New York. I got to get off of here. We got the baby in here about to blackout. I'm
Oh,
gonna
well, thanks for
check
tapping
with
in.
y'all.
Yeah, I'm still alive. I'm just in my car about to ride to the store, but we still right here.
What's up?
All right, brother. So, yo, you still here, Cal?
I'm still here.
Yeah,
I'm
man. You, yeah, you was talking about that land development company.
I opened it up today. I'm not even tripping. Like what I'm gonna do is the same thing that black people is used to seeing. So I'm gonna pull up though. You feel me? Because that's what get attention, but not pulling up in the car. Like pull up with the company doing what it say it's gonna do. So I want to make some acquisitions before I even. Are we there? Hello, y'all can hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Just the fact when you said it, man, I
Yeah,
wrote it
yeah.
down. See, I'm the type you just wrote it down. I'm just gonna research. I'm like, yeah, man, is that something I could even? Is that something I could do? Because I got a little bit of business credit. I'm like, is that something I could even? I just put in the back of my head. Is something I could do? Just listen to you saying. Just research. It's a good idea, man. That's some dope shit. Congrats.
Am I back online?
Yeah.
Damn. Hear me now?
Yeah, I
Now I'm
hear
gonna
you.
tell you, I got some baller homies that if I tell them about this, they're not even gonna take me serious. You see what I'm saying? Because I got some partners who build houses from ground up. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
And I know they already know the whole interior game. I brought my homie Tajay on, who went to school to become an architect to build on land he bought. And so
Okay.
that's the time. So first of all, he graduated from Stanford while we was rapping. The whole time we was out there rapping, he was still going to Stanford. Later in life, he said, "You know what? I want to build on my land, so let me go to Cal Berkeley and become an architect." And he did
Nice.
that too. Yeah, and he just is a video on my page with me interviewing him. He owns a hotel in Panama, and
Damn.
talking about he has another way to get properties non-conventionally, as he was explaining on his page, which was similar to seller financing, basically. You feel me? So
Yeah. Yeah.
so if people ain't up on seller financing, when I get back to the house, I will show a good. Basically, whenever you find somebody with one of them properties that's on the market for hella long, that they're not really trying to flip for the bread, you could ask for seller financing to get the person to say, "Look, since you own this property already, you essentially are, you could be the bank. I don't need to be the bank, so you don't even have to sign it over to me now on the papers. Give me selling financing just like a car. So I'm gonna give you this much down since you ain't nobody buying it. Look, bro, I'll give you 100 bands on this building and pay you $2,500 a month straight to you. Once we finish, we draw our contracts, and once we finish, you give me the deed. I don't need the deed right now. I need the building. You feel what I'm saying? Or I need the property. So that's just a seller financing way if you're trying to run a business or something, not to accumulate a property to flip or nothing. You feel me?
Yeah. I like that. I like that move.
Man, I got things through that, but I got other things through that, but not like no business or no property. But my man who really know the game on that, it was this Tajay. He got
Yeah.
he done came up with multiple buildings and locations. Like, this is my new spot. He was like, I just talked to the owner and told him I'm giving him this and I'm gonna pay him this until the note paid off.
Yeah. And I mean, it should be the same out in Cali. I don't live out there no more, but it should be the same. I mean, it's better to buy the land and then put the house on top of it because you don't have to pay any property taxes. Then that means you own it outright. Because I mean, out here in Jersey, you could pay the house off, but if you paying property taxes, it's like you really don't own the crib. Really, if you're still paying property taxes, you got to buy the
Yeah.
land and then put the house on it. You own it outright.
So that's also in the plan, and that's the easiest way to do it. But you got to have that posse of people together with them scores, or just have that one guarantor who could get a guarantee on a construction loan. Because construction loans ain't given out as easily as just a house that's already there. They'll still
Right.
give them out. They give them out to a family that just want a single family home. So you know they'll give it out to somebody with business ambitions. But getting the land is yours. You get the construction loan. Essentially, you got a mortgage again. But you know,
Yeah. You gonna build multi-family? You gonna build a house or a multi-family?
I don't even know. I'm just starting out. I'm thinking about how you doing. Let me get hold on one second. Yeah, I'm on the phone. Who else on the is who else on the Anthony? I can't even see no more. That's good. You there still?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get back to the house. I'm gonna start looking at some of that stuff on bid for assets. No, thank you. I'm gonna bid for assets, that website with the properties.
Yeah, I was on that day when you went on there. I wrote that down.
All all I really gotta do is hit on bid for assets. It ain't like gambling or nothing like Umar Johnson. Did you see Umar Johnson? That
No,
fool
what
was at the casino next to a slot machine, and he literally said, "Okay, FDMG, we need this money." 7 million. And then he pointed at the jackpot and was like, "Y'all done donated, so tell me which one of these to put the money on." And I was like, "You gotta be kidding me, bro." I think we don't know when people joking because they get accused of stuff so much. You feel me? But he really did that video.
Oh man, I like Brother Umar too, man. I like listening to him too, bro.
I don't really like it because it don't take that long to do no school. You just need to get up out of here. You're a bad planner, bro.
Man, did he really scam for that school?
I mean, I definitely know. I didn't think he probably never seen no numbers like that. And it takes some integrity to see numbers like that for the first time. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would say.
Damn.
He
I know
started seeing
someone
them.
said, man, every time he in a different country, man, he always got new stuff on. He always good. He said he good. He always good.
Well, he should be, you know. He should be bummy. Even in, I mean, I don't know how that works. Like you give somebody $1 million in your brain, how much of it is going to them? Like 10%, 5%, or 0%. Come on, let's just be real people. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How much
Yeah.
is when you give stuff? Well, that's why they are real in most of these things, and they attribute anything you donate to. It accounts for the overhead first, what it costs to set up to even receive the donation, and to have a facility together that will go through all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So for your land development, you're gonna be getting land out in Oakland or
No, I'm thinking about any place where that's advantageous. So the main goal is to make the money to do what we got to do, right? So really, it's going to be a process of researching these tax states to see advantageous. I'm about to get this stuff to the computer, but advantageous properties that I could bid on in an auction. So I won't tell the banks to accumulate. I know I'm gonna get funding. I'm not tripping.
right.
Like I'm not one of those. I don't got the money. I can't do it, people.
Oh no,
The
I ain't
money
even
gonna come. I know how to
thinking
get
that
the
at
money.
all. I like to know how things work. I like to know how things work. So that's why I ask. I like to know how things work.
Oh yeah. No, I wasn't saying that towards you. I just was saying as a sense of setting up. That's one of the things I think about last. We understand if you're working on your credit, and we know what it takes to get a business loan now. Is my phone still working?
Yeah, it's working now.
Yeah, my phone. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we know what it takes to get business loans. So I don't want to go into the community and try to rile people up. I'm not doing no fundraising. No, it's over. I'm going to the bank, getting a fat loan, and then building with it, and then people can see, okay, this is really something. Because if you could move your company to the type of developers who develop on like 10,000 acres, because they got that, you know.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah, 10,000 acres out in Cali. Yeah, all right. That's what's up. That's what's up. I know if I have my shit right, man, we need to go in on a partnership deal on an apartment complex.
Well, we could talk.
I couldn't hear you.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had just stepped back in the house. Oh well, yeah, all of those type of discussions I'll be definitely willing to start talking about that stuff. That's why I set up the LLC. But what I'm going to wait for is for them to send me back my articles of incorporation so that I can be like, look, go Google it, go pull it up at the state, and you can see that this is real. I named it the AAA, Land Development LLC, because I figure for a few things we can work with those 3 A's.
Yeah, I incorporated in Delaware, so it's I'm right here. I incorporated in Delaware. Yeah,
So
minor money LLC.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
So with the name Minor Money, is a financial services institution?
Yeah, I'm doing it's on the financial services. Doing financial services. I'm gonna create another one as soon as I get this little digital marketing. I'm kind of BSing.
Man, I should show people. I'm about to go to my account at the Secretary of State and just to show some of the stuff we be talking about. So people I'm telling people, get an account with the Secretary of the State, get an account with the IRS. It's not gonna hurt you no other way. They know how to come get their money. So you having an account with them ain't gonna, they know how to go in your Wells Fargo. They like, what? I'll take that bread right now.
With that, here you don't gotta pay the Secretary of State here. Oh yes, you do.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You gotta register with some state. Some place, right?
Oh, you know what? They are legal, so they already do it for me.
LegalZoom did it for you. I forgot. LegalZoom did it for you.
Yeah. They just hit me up. They already hit me up. They're like, yo, it's time to get in compliance. I'm like, yeah, okay. I log on. I just log on, send them their money, hit the payment. That's it. They don't buy. They don't.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't mad at none of this. I ain't mad. It's gonna be what it's gonna be.
I remember just in Cali. I know in Cali it was different because you got to get them. You got to get them so much, and then you got to.
I gotta find this video. Let me find this video to show you something, because people don't understand what I'm on. But I seen this. First of all, let me say something. My wife, or let me close this door so I can't be talking up the house. One day, again, I bought a RV with these same ambitions in mind. I figured that if I was going to be accumulating some type of a land before that I could build on it or whatever, I want to be able to still use it. And so I was like, well, a RV fit right into that template. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I went out and bought me an RV. And so one day my wife was just doing some real estate duties in our city we live in. And she told me, she said, hey, you think that's a farm over there? She was like, right behind all them trees is a big private lake that they be parking at. It's a man-made lake that they be parking and having water activities at. And I was like, get out of here. This is almost like I live in the desert. So I'm like, get out of here. She showed me this, and then I started thinking, man, that was a really wise use of the land. You know what I'm saying? Like, that person wasn't no dummy. They just sat there and filled it up with water. It probably took them 4 months to fill up 5 acres with water, but they did it, and eventually they had this oasis in the middle of the desert, that was now active and recreational. So I was like, now see, they charging people now because they live in hot area, and all they want to do is go to the water. So this person didn't have nothing but a dirt hole and some water, and they turned it into an economic situation for themselves. But she did it on a really massive scale, to where if I showed it, people would be like, dang, that's what he's talking about? I'm going to see if I can find it. But yeah. I'm back at the house. I don't know if I said I was going to show something. Whatever it was, I probably forgot.
Yeah, you was talking about the Secretary of State. I know Cali, you got to, they tax a little harder. I know that's why a lot of them business, they had businesses set up in Cali. That's why they left. They went to like Texas. They moved. I know Elon Musk, he moved to Texas. He said he don't feel like paying no taxes.
Yeah, Cali. Oh yeah. A lot of A lot of people got out of Cali for the taxes. I understand. What can I say?
So your wife's a realtor. My boy's a realtor down in San Diego. He got a I think he got a brokerage, but he's a realtor and he's a loan officer. So he's selling him the house and he's getting the finance for him. And he's finding a lender for him. I'm like, all right, man, you making money.
Yeah, that's my whole family got that circle. My nephew is a lender.
Okay.
Yeah. One nephew is a notary. My other nephew, the lender. My sister's a lender. My other 3 sisters are realtors, and my mom is a realtor.
Oh, y'all ain't playing.
Yeah, I mean, they be on, look, like, I'm going to tell you this. Like, my family in Oakland is a real family. Like, we not just, I'm not the most prominent in my family, believe it or not. My sisters be balling on me. I'll be mad. Like, why y'all doing the balling contest? Hey, hold on. I'm going to go to Best in Oakland, OAKLAND, and one of my sisters is up for well, my other sister is the guaranteed best in Oakland at what she do. No one run up on her. She got the best bakery in damn near Northern California. She just put one in the Chase Center. My sister got a bakery in the Chase Center. If you go to her Instagram, Steph Curry all on her Instagram talking about her cupcakes. But this is Oakland Magazine. I'm about to click Best of Oakland, and if somebody from my family that ain't on here, then look, there go little sis. Feel me? That's that
right
Owens. Yeah, that's my little sister. You can see her face. Look dead on mine. Look. You feel me? Listing lady, Deanna Owens. Best. She's up for vote for Best in Oakland. So if one of y'all want to go get a little sister vote, I already gave her my vote. But, you know, my mom don't even trip off this stuff no more because she way more established in real estate. But she used to win this every year. But now her daughter up here. You feel me? And this is my younger sister, Deanna. You know what I'm saying? You see it say voted right there, D. So, yeah, so they be really doing, I mean, when I be talking about the real estate, when I start talking about all this tax thing stuff, they was like, you don't know what you talking about, John. You feel me? And I used to be like, nah, I'm serious. I'm telling y'all. They was like, don't buy it. It's going to have some liens. It's going to be all this. I'm like, whatever. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. And went out and did it. They was looking for they was waiting for me to say that it went all bad, but it never went all bad. That's my younger sister. My other sister, like the leading lender in the Bay Area. It's probably on the internet too. She one of the leading lenders, and her son is a lender too. And so I don't be just bumping them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, so y'all always in competition.
I mean, not competition, but you like, what? My rapping playing out and y'all just doing regular balling. You feel me? When I was on record deal, I used to be like, oh, go get a job or something. They be like, okay, we gonna do that. Now they got my sister a broker. That's my younger sister. She a broker. So not only is she on the list, but some of her agents. I was like, oh, you must be a boss if you got some agents that's on the list. You feel me?
She got a brokerage.
Yeah, she got a brokerage. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah. And my other sister balling so hard. My other sister balling so hard, she'd be mad if I put her on my Instagram. I don't want to be so shady with you. So I won't even do it like that. You know what I'm saying? But she got a thriving business in Oakland, Walnut Creek, all over the place. Oakland, Walnut Creek, one in the Chase Center, one in Berkeley.
Yeah, you got for real. The family doing it for real.
Shout out to moms and pops. I know they came from Mississippi, not knowing they was gonna do it like that. You feel me?
Okay, no doubt.
But I mean, I just was only saying that because some people won't even show you nothing. Half the people got a fake name. I'm still Jonathan Owens. You can put that in anything. Like some of these people be wanting you to send some money and their name on the screen is a pseudonym. So I'm supposed to tell the feds that I sent the money to Amin Ra Patah Shema. You feel me? They gonna look at you like you had to been stupid. You got ripped off. You sent the money to who? Yeah, I sent it to Patah Allah. I ain't gonna be like, man, we can't do nothing with your case, bro. You just lost 100 racks.
Yo, I don't know how to use. I don't know how to use. See what you do. I don't know how to. I don't know how to use it.
To use what?
What do you You just using Yeah, man. You just use. What are you just sharing screens?
Oh, I'm sharing the screen inside of Zoom. You trying to share the screen?
Oh, that's all you doing?
Yeah, I pressed share screen at the bottom, that green button.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you click it, I can see whatever you intend for me to see.
Oh, okay. So from now on, I start getting my shit right. And all right, I start sharing some shit.
Yeah, so I got lenders in my family. That's why I'll be like, oh, you gonna get the money. I mean, even when I lost some big money. Had to turn to one of my sisters once. I didn't wind up getting that loan that I needed to recover from the loan, but my sister put me on to some people some hard money lenders.
Hard money. You deal with hard money lenders?
I mean, I know some good ones.
Okay,
I know some.
What was that like? If you dealt with them, what was that like?
Well, I didn't wind up going with their terms because, like they said, they was on some hard money lending. They was like 10 months and all this stuff. I'm like, I might need a little bit longer time than that, family.
Yeah.
Give you like 100 racks for 10 months. If you a flipper, you're going to flip that. But if you're getting it for other debt consolidation, I would say. I was getting it for particular debt consolidation, and it wasn't going to work. I needed something more long and traditional.
Okay. All right.
But I do know some hard money lenders. I know some collateralized lenders that don't even go off of credit. Well, they don't go off of what they don't go off is something they don't look at. Oh, they don't look at no bid. Wait, something they overlook. I forgot though. I forgot. I don't want to mess it up.
That's what's up. That's what's up. You got a lot of you got some connections.
Not really. I met a few people, but I have been doing this for a long time. You know what I'm saying? But ain't like that though. It ain't like that. But for positioning with these new endeavors that I want to move into, let's go into bid for assets, and I need people to see how. Shout out to my sister. I hope you win best brokerage in Oakland. But I'm about to go to bid for assets.
Yeah, it sounds like she grind hard, so.
The cold part is my mom really is the one. She own a sick brokerage in Oakland. You know what I'm saying? And she be so everybody's walking in mom's footsteps. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be a salesperson.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go in my bid for assets, and I'm gonna go over here, and what I want to do is, so what I'm gonna go to county tax sales, right? To give an illustration of how anyone with a sound mind can see that this is a real business plan. First and foremost, when we open up my account, I don't need to zoom on it, but everybody can see right there when it's saying your account, because they kind of show you right there what it say. 10 on my watch list. My active bids 0. Auctions won 3. Auctions lost 0. My bid deposits 4. Okay, and so I won 3 auctions in here of property. That's what we was talking about. But the property we got in Oakland was accumulated traditionally. Okay. And 2 of these were for one LLC. 1 of them was for personal. And so it's just, it's just a lick. So first people see the receipts that it ain't like I'm talking about something that ain't been done. Now I'm going to click into a pristine county. The reason why I'm finally clicking into a pristine county is because I just established a company that's going to do this. So I no longer have to penny pinch like I'm going to be doing it from my personal funds. You see what I mean? Yeah. And so I'm going to, my business plan ain't going to be a meager one. is going to be a modest. It'll be modest, but it won't be meager. Meaning that a single family, a man and a woman in California might want $1 million house. So what's to say a small business shooting for something, an asset of that is too lofty. So what I'm gonna do right here is give example with of the properties that are worth way more. So now this is even better. So when we're looking at this, we need to know we're looking at, this is the auction ID and not really the APN. It's just the way that you can find it in the system. But if you notice, it say assigned parcel numbers or APNs, one through what you call it right there. The APN is going to be under the auction title. And that's what you could call up the property with to do further research. But since we're in one of the most expensive counties in America, let me show just how this is going to work out. So somebody went and paid $375,000 worth of taxes to keep that property. Another person paid $172 to keep that property. They paid $80. We looking for these people who ain't made the payments yet. You feel me? Where it say in preview, right? All of these people made the payment. So if you're going to start the research, let's just go to this. What could this be? They owe $96,000. Now we're going to take the address. And again, if you're one of my people who are in Oakland and I'll accidentally pull up your property, talk to me more because we can discuss ways to get around this tax situation you in. But if that's not you, we're going to keep on looking. So this is a real house in Oakland. Now look what it's on Zillow for, my friend. Then this is no beating this. There's no way around it. This is facts. It ain't no, you know what I'm saying? It's not no, now look at it. It's also in pre-foreclosure, but guess what's happening? People got to know how to read this. It's in pre-foreclosure, but what's happening? The state is moving on it before the banks. Look, 8 days. So they're not going to foreclose on this property, which worth over 3.4 million. I mean, not 3.4 million, 3/4 of a million. This property. Now, whoever owns this property has an obligation of going to pay 100 racks, 96,000. So first, since I know this game, I know how to beat all the bidders. Right here, because my family in the real estate, and I seen my mama do it. So this is what you do. You go to this house.
Yeah.
Knock on the door. Because you know they got 8 days. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you be like, man, I'll cut the check right now. So you don't have to go through the bidding process. But what you gonna do? Are you sure you about to lose it? Well, I'll buy it and you can keep on living in it. At least, is that better than getting kicked outside? Because if you ain't got none of these racks, after the next knock on the door is the sheriff.
I got you. I'm writing this shit down right now. Excuse me.
Well, that's true spit and real game. But honestly, I shoot straighter, and when I got the experience with it, it was more compassionate. It wasn't like, so what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? It was like, because I got into the game from like, being around my mama and stuff. And so basically it's more like these people is in a situation that they're not telling nobody about. You almost could tell. And most every time, if we get an updated picture on this property, I guarantee you the line is messed up. I put almost $60 to say that if we could get an updated picture of, let me try it. I'm gonna try it on Google, and because there's certain parts about real estate that go all together. And whenever one thing you're gonna notice, it takes a strong man or woman to focus on the line when they about to lose the property. You see what I'm saying? And so you could turn that information around the same way that the realtors done, and they came up with a term called curb appeal. So now we know two things when we get into these communities with bad curb appeal. You either got bad financial situations or you got a block full of renters. Because there's only two people don't have the opposite. The thing that in real estate spawns curb appeal is what? These are terms. I'm not making this up. Curb appeal is attached to homeowner's pride. So homeowner's pride, I don't have to explain that. if you renting it, you don't even want to take out the garbage. You might just toss the garbage on the side. And then you making a worse community. But you're not thinking that way because your brain won't allow you to, because it's not your brain. It's like, this is just the world, yo. Have you ever seen a fish in a fish tank with all big fish and he the only little one and he be up at the top of the tank? You like, dude, you can swim to other areas, but they stay in that one little corner of the top of the tank. It's the same thing. He's not thinking like that. He's just doing what he has to do. You know what I'm saying? And so when I hear people say, I'm doing what I gotta do, I kind of be like, damn, you are really resorting to the most savage and primitive things. You know what I'm saying? And everybody know that's true. Whenever somebody say they doing what they gotta do, they kind of like saying, look, I don't want to commit this action, but in order to whatever, to maintain my freedom, stability, or whatever, I'm doing what I got to do. I don't want to get lost because I was really trying to give an example of how I'm not even concerned. This is a 100% solid business model. So we took the property to a standard. Now, this is the funny part. I'm going to have real estate knowledge that I shouldn't have just because, again, one of my LLCs, well, it wasn't an LLC, it was a DBA. And so when I talk about not doing DBAs, I also talk about it from experience. It was called Real Property Protectors, right? And I work for various realtors now that just see I'm in a family of realtors. But look, I learned that the second assessment besides what, so Zillow is drawing this price not from an appraisal, because they don't got the money to do appraisals like that. They're not drawing it from the tax records. They're drawing it from a measure called the broker's price opinion.
Price opinion?
Yeah, it's called a BPO. And so say you want to know the price of a value of a property, but you don't want to pay the $600 or the $800 for the appraisal. Mm-hmm. You could contact a local realtor or a broker and get a BPO. And if you know how to say it, then you know how to get what you're getting. But if you saying, hey, I need y'all to assess this house because I can't pay no appraiser, they ain't gonna just be like, but if you say, who do BPOs? Or I need a BPO on a particular property, what they will give you is 6 comps, 3 sold and 3 on the market that have the same square footage, user space, and the same allotment as the property that you're looking at. And so what it allows them to do is to gauge, this ain't exactly what it's worth. But if this is, I know they didn't appraise it, so they got to have an algorithmic system to shred all the data they got and to give very close market estimates. It even say here a Z estimate. Let's see how they say they do it. It says the Z estimate is the best estimate on the home market's value. It's not an appraisal, and it should not be used as a starting point. So the step under the appraisal is a broker's price opinion, and they're a lot cheaper. And so, again, we want to get those too. You can just get a BPO on anything before you want to get a loan or something on a house. You don't know what your house is going to get from the bank. Get a BPO real quick, and you're going to know what the market value is looking like around your house. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm back on this one because I was trying to give an example of the business model. So this is what I've learned also. If this is starting at 96 racks and it got 8 days, how many people seen it? 1,600 people seen it. So we in the big boy water, so to speak. You feel me? Because it's not going to stop at 96 racks. It's starting at that. And if everybody who looked at this did the due diligence, they know that this house is worth $800,000. So what do you think the average investor who do this would be willing to go to on his money to acquire a house that is worth $800,000 for that's starting at 96 racks? Like, say we did form a company doing this. Let's say this was a live meeting and we got the bread. So no, but let's not say we got the bread. Let's give out better parameters. Let's say we sitting on $1 million, right? And this is one we located that is cool. And I'm like, okay, will we say this look like a green light? Because if we get this asset, under 45 days, we have an asset worth $800,000. $100,000. So what would we say our top bid could be on this property?
I would, and we approached them and made them an offer. I would say.
Let me slow it down before you say that, because this is an auction. Remember? Oh, you saying if we approach the family outside of the auction?
Yes.
So that now you rock how I rock, because you just said think outside the box. You said don't even worry about none of these people what they gonna bid. Let's go with what you said. What I said earlier is approaching this family and find out their situation. Now we got 7 days to negotiate. Now this is real life, real business. The literal address is literally on the screen, and I'm from Oakland, so I know somebody watching this. But if you ain't got the 100 racks to help them, then just stay out of it. You know what I'm saying? But if you did, you could knock on the door and it need to be structured right. You could damn near open up the LLC today. But what would you, if we step to them, then I'm going to tell you, we probably wouldn't even, we going to do them a justice. If we want to do them a justice and we want to say we compassionate and we ain't predatory, let's step to them with 150. Let's step to them with 150. The reason why they owe the government 96, but they broke. And so they're going to be in a bad situation and a bad position. Now, that might be stupid what I'm saying. If they're going to sign the house over that they're about to lose that's worth $800,000, we can wait till the last day and knock again. Yo, the auction start in a minute, bro. I press this button, the bills is paid. What you want to do?
Yo, you gave them 150 cash. You know, cash talk. You put that money in front of their face like that, they're gonna take that. I mean, that's happening around here a lot. There's already been 4 houses on the block already that's been turned over like that.
You talking about they was about to lose it and somebody saved the day? Or?
Yeah, for not paying taxes, and these white boys came over and took the cribs, and now they fixing them up.
Yeah, now that was the first one I went to. In my research, it goes like this. That's what I'm going to show you. This is what you're going to do first. But what we're going to do first, when you're looking, let me move this off the dang screen. When we looking right, we already know the situation by looking at some of the key information. So we're gonna start right here. This is going to tell you everything, whether you... So look, it says Alameda County, CA is offering 193 parcels for auction. So what does that mean exactly? To me, damn, I'm like smack damn. It's not enough inventory to appease all of the people who up on this game. And it's not enough inventory to hide some jewels within the inventory. For instance, to go through 193 parcels will probably take like 2-3 hours. And anybody willing to make this amount of money is definitely got the time to do that. But some auctions will hit you with 1,000 parcels, bro. You see what I mean? And them the ones you be like, oh my gosh, I'm about to bubble. Because you have to presume who at the house got the time to look through 1,000 parcels. I know the Magi do. You feel me? Because I need to find that one at number 899 when everybody else was like, man, I've been looking at this all day. You're going to find that one. And believe it or not, I think I had got into an auction that only had 8 people going against me, bro. It had so many people have viewed the page, but it was so far down in the inventory, they already bust their gun. You see what I'm saying? Like you might research 6 houses, right? And one of them pop up on the screen. What you gonna do? I researched this house, it's cool to bid on. Let me bust my gun. Now say you do that and you win, then you fall out. Your money gone for that next one unless you just stupid long pockets. You see what I'm saying? And so when you researching auctions that got huge inventory, all right, so let's go back and look what I'm talking about. Right here, it tell you again on all this at the beginning, right? This is where you're going to find out everything. Let me see. On the deposit instructions, they give up all the game. So it's 193 parcels. This ain't really popping, but it's still cool. Yeah. And the lowest parcel is what? $900. So you're trying to tell me there's a property in Oakland, California, or in Alameda County that they will lose over a G. if they don't know about it or whatever. So most of the time, these get paid. Sometimes people ain't tripping. They know the date they got to pay before, and they pay right before the date.
Okay.
So in order to participate, you got to give them 5 bands so they know you're not joking. See what I'm saying? You deposit. Trust me. Do all the research you want. This is the real government. They just calling it bid for assets. They got a contract with the government, and so. Like, I've been through it. And is required to participate in the Alameda County auction sale. You send them their 5 bands, and when you come to your account, when you click the button, your bid will actually go through. Now, once you win, you got 2 days to get them the rest of their bread. So it's not a situation where you can really go win something and then get at people, because you will never be able to bid in any place that they control. They control from California to Philadelphia, and so. You know, but now that we got that little information, we take that to another one, because I wouldn't start an auction like Alameda County with only 193 properties. You're just going to be looking at everyone go over your head, and you're going to be like, damn. But let's go back to, at least I would be like, damn, and starting out. Where I'm going to start targeting is these offbeat places where people don't really want land, because that don't matter to the bank. We gotta keep it a buck. The company don't matter if my property worth $800,000 is in Elko County or Alameda. If it's still worth $800,000, it's still worth $800,000. The problem is you're gonna be more hard pressed to find one in Elko County worth that much. And it's only 103 parcels starting at $500. To get into this auction, you only need a $500 deposit. So I'll be telling people, the stuff I'll be talking about is on the ground floor, family. It's a property in Nevada for $500, and to get in the bid, you pay $500. Now, what I know traditionally is they will go for 10 times. So don't think you're going to get it for $500 unless it was 1,000 parcels in here. So I'm going to try to see if there's one like that to give an example of real quick. You find the ones with all them parcels, 30 parcels. So that's really like everybody looking at that. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
38 parcels. So the most I think I really honestly seen and participated in, it had 800 parcels. And I was like, oh, that's off the hook. Yeah, that only had 3. And so then this is part of the research too. And if it's like that, you got to take what you could take. But you don't think you're going to come out the auction with nothing, because it's probably more people. I mean, until my company is a big, got some capital behind it. 11 parcels. So the ones that I said didn't have a lot seem to have the most for what we looked at. So lastly, I'm gonna let you. I've been talking a lot, so go right ahead. You got something you wanna?
Nah, brother, I'm taking notes. I'm gonna go back and look at this at Philly. I wrote down everything you were just talking about right now.
Oh, that's love. Oh, for Philly, now Philly gonna get different, because we looking at California right now, right? And that's a county tax sale. So look here. It says click here. Ain't that funny? You see the screen? Click here for Philadelphia tax sales. It's like they be listening to us, bruh. So I'm going to click Philly. So now we know Philly is a tax sale state. So that means if you go through this same process, you about to get the property. You're not about to get a lien. And look who recommends that you use bid for assets. Just so people won't be thinking I'll be showing them the shamboozle. Can you hear her? Can you hear her?
No, I can't hear it.
I'm going to play it so you can hear. Because people be like, oh, if somebody like, oh, that's some old bootleg, don't use that site. They don't know what they talking about at all. I will battle them, debate them, refute them to the whole ground. And then I'll pull out Sister, the sheriff of Philadelphia.
Hi, I'm Rochelle Bilal, the sheriff of the city and county of Philadelphia. One of the key initiatives of my administration has been community outreach and revamping outdated processes. The COVID-19 pandemic has created additional challenges for the community and the sheriff's office. Our office has implemented programs to help residents stay in their homes. Sheriff sales have not been held for months. because we are committed to keeping our residents safe. As part of that, we've had partnered with online auction site Bid for Assets to bring.
Put hands on them, huh? They like, look, we got the sheriff telling you it's good, man. We ain't doing it at the steps no more.
Coming on, and investors is coming in, and the prices are starting to go up.
What happened?
Real. There's a lot of gentrification going on, and investors are moving in. Prices are going up.
In Philly, well, let's see what we can find.
2 months, the prices are just getting higher and higher.
I don't
interest
see.
rates have been going up. But
I don't see no link to click though. So they must not have nothing live in Philly. Please visit the link below. Tax foreclosures and mortgage auctions. To visit Philadelphia, all right, it says please visit the links below to view list of tax foreclosures. We want the tax foreclosures. There we go. This Philly. Feel me? And this already pinned it. So, bruh, you just missed the auction. It's going on right now, I think. Wait, it say April. Real property list for April 11th. Let's see what it say. Oh, they just got listed 2 days ago, family. That's you on point. They just got listed 2 days ago, and they've been postponed to April 11th for sale. Good for those people. Well, let's see what they got out in Philly. Let's see what y'all doing. What them numbers gonna do. Look, bid increments $100. What it's starting at. They awaiting the minimum bid, so they probably have it. They probably do it a little different. Yeah, they're not saying what it's starting at. Y'all got sheriff sales, so I don't know how that work. In California, it's the state you're dealing with, and the state put up the prices of the taxes early, so you'll know what you're dealing with.
I'm telling you, man, they getting rid of the brothers out there, man. They trying to really clean them neighborhoods out. They getting rid of brothers out there.
Well, we could put
moving in.
We could put efforts into stuff to keep preserve some of them properties. I mean, to preserve some of them spaces. It ain't even nothing, man. Like, I don't see that as no big thing. It's just the money, and the money gonna come when you got your plans worked out right and your numbers look good, your banking look good. So this bank account for this new LLC that I set up, I gotta run some bread through it from doing the business that I'm doing, right? And so I gotta find other things that are, you know, you can't just automatically make no bread or flipping no land before you get there yet. So I have to find other means I just got to start small and walk it up, you know what I'm saying?
If you was gonna go into like buying multi-families and cash flow, Philadelphia is real good, right? It's good right now. You could buy a little triplex, like 1,200, and then just overcharge. And you know what I'm saying? You can make good cash flow.
I know where I'm really gonna start, believe it or not. I'm gonna start it right here.
Yeah.
At the $1 no reserves.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it a buck because
I need to do that.
Yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna accumulate I know that the taxes behind these $1 no reserve houses wind up being about $600. So this one started at $1, but it's at $1,700 right now. Like, come on now. Now this is, and it only got 6 bids. It's in Indiana. Even if I took it, it's only gonna be worth like 30 G's, but that's still probably like a 15-time flip on the money because you're gonna have to spend like 15 bands or less to get that 30 bands out of it. You see what I'm saying? But I mean, it depends on what condition it's in. But I'm gonna pop this in Zillow. They gonna say about $25,000 for that house. Watch. Here we go. $69,000, family. You feel me? So what am I saying? So this is a perfect path for me to start and not be having to deal with people convincing people I got a good idea. Nope. I'm gonna just start small.
Oh yeah, and it's right by college. You know that'll rent out fast.
Yeah, and so I know the research that has to be done. And I shared the company that do the cheapest research many a times, Pro American Title or Pro Title USA. They'll give you, let me pull them up. I'm going to pull them up right now. I got an account with them too. Pro USA. So if all these people was on here saying what they could do for you, why they don't just be doing this? Go in your account and show me real quick. No, You feel me? Because they get the ooching and umming. Like, you telling me how I could get a loan? Show me some loan docs. You could cross out your name, but it shouldn't take over 10 minutes to show me some loan docs. You can't show me no
You got
loan.
to show nobody nothing, man. You speaking, and it's flowing out. It's flowing out. You consistent. It's coming. You ain't doing no O and
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Clear to me.
That's true. I be talking about the oochers and the ochers, or the you know those dudes trying to over convince. I do want some proof in the pudding, but not with real businessmen, because they already got that by the time I'm talking to them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't never be like, show me, but it be in this YouTube world is a lot of other things going on. I couldn't get into my account, but Pro Title USA, I probably could pull up some research they did for me before. But you could come here, they're gonna charge.
Right here, though. This is good. This is for me. This is good to see, because once we get off, I'm gonna be on here. I'll be checking it out.
Oh, Pro Title USA gonna do the title search on any of those properties that you want for about $89. You'll get a chain of title, and you will know if there's any other debt that you would be assuming by acquiring the property. They do, and they are turning it back over in 48 hours. You can pay for faster if you need a rush, but you know, like say you found something in the auction about to be tomorrow, and you need to make sure you can actually buy it without buying hella debt. Pro Title USA. So that's my plan. I'm like, these patches of land and stuff, because essentially it's gonna be like this. At the point when I step to the bank and ask for the bread on the asset line, and I say I'm a real estate development company and stuff, you feel me? Well, they gonna ask you to write stuff on the asset line. So I'm just gonna be going 2426 Illinois Avenue, St. Louis, you feel me? On each asset line. And they're gonna be like, oh, okay, I see what they're saying. Or I could just give you the whole portfolio of our properties. But this is just how we wanted to get to this point in order to qualify to get funding from you guys. So we don't really want to be buying these properties like this. What I want to do is develop small communities. And if I have to call them low income communities so they know what I'm up to, then so be it. Oh, you mean for black people? Low income? Oh yeah, okay. That's how they gonna be. But it is what it is.
Like I said, man, you give it out, man. People need to be starting to build their wealth with real estate. That's how you need to start it out. It's not even an if, and, or but.
Yep.
Trying to save $1 million, and trying to save $1 million through your job is, I ain't gonna front, man. It's a waste of time, man. You're never gonna become wealthy that way.
Somebody said do New Jersey. So I'm clicking on New Jersey, but I went in an untraditional way. This is the way that normally show you the dollars, sales and stuff, but here go New Jersey. So we got something on Jackson. We got something in Pleasantville, 1900, but it's not a house. 2 lots of land that would take a lot of cutting trees. Yeah, and we got a notice of.
I don't really look at Jersey too much. They taxes is high. That's why I'm in Philly. That's why I'm in Philly. I live 20 minutes from Philly.
Well, yeah. Avoid them taxes.
But Ohio, they say Ohio right now. Ohio is good. Detroit is good, but a lot of crime. But Detroit is good. Detroit is like the highest place for cash flow right now. Detroit, Ohio, Milwaukee.
So yeah, I don't know. I wonder how massive is making a lake though. I'm just like, how much? I mean, you know, you need trillions of gallons of water that costs. But I just was thinking about all kind of stuff. But yeah, I've been on here. I've just been chopping and building it.
No, Memphis. They're saying Memphis, of course. You buy something in Memphis, someone gonna move in. Someone gonna move into it.
In Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah.
So I'm about to try to see how I could get to what I normally look at for other areas. Because I normally just look at the county tax sales, which often only, oh yeah, I know how. They're not going to show me those areas. They might be not into this system.
Investment opportunity.
But, 10 acres. So, okay, so look at this. Now I'm going to show something else after this. for seller financing that we was talking about?
Yeah.
Bro, anybody, credit score, nothing. Let me show you.
Yeah.
You ain't never went to Billy Land?
No, trust me, I'm right.
This is Billy Land.
Yeah.
Guess what Billy Lands be specializing in? Seller financing on land, bro.
Oh, okay.
What that mean? You don't gotta go to no bank. Contact the seller and say, look, I'm starting a cult and I need 6,000 acres. And they're gonna be, oh, sound like you're starting a cult, huh? Nah, really though. Let me show you. I'm gonna click on California. Well, that's not enough acres, so let me get the filters right.
Oh, and those are all the spots you get. Those are all the spots right there.
The majority of, look, are you looking for cheap land? Are you looking for a cheap monthly payment as low as $67? Do you believe this is true? So Billy Land is the bomb. Let me go to California. Because what they do, look, owner financing on the first one I clicked on, bro. But this is too small of a lot. Here go 40 acres, but it don't say owner financing. But let's see if it's still in there.
Yeah, what it look like?
It's just gonna be land. This ain't nothing I'm looking at. I'm only trying to show that they doing owner financing. And so they saying that your winning bid is the down payment on the property. And if you win that bid, you ain't got to go through owner finance, no credit checks, no qualifications. Cats be thinking this ain't real. I don't know. But see, you got to find something you actually want. You don't want the side of a hill. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if we was like, man, please, we grabbing that to go train or do something or have some, we build a amusement park, but it's really on here like that. California land. You probably won't never find nothing. You definitely ain't finding nothing in the city. But here go 20 acres in Lassen County, and it's gonna be owner financing too. Right? It's all flat. And they saying you could buy it now for $1,500. But you're not buying it now, you buying the down payment. So if I click this and I pay $1,500, I got 20 acres in Lassen County. Now, why would I do that? I would do that more for the asset line on. Look, it says your winning bid is the down payment on the property. Your down payment will be subtracted from the assumable balance of $29,900. So they said you're going to pay $324 a month. We don't need, it says owner financing, no credit checks, no qualification to own. Come on, man. Now
they gonna come for that land one day, and by then it's gonna be worth 10 times.
But hold up, you see why? Because you could be buying this for your great grandkids.
No doubt.
You feel me? You could be like, well, in 200 years, this land might be popping, and if not, it's still gonna be an asset in the family. But I'm so crazy. I was like, okay, you see these road streets? Mm-hmm. That could be from my RV. And I really don't care because I got a mobile home with a diesel engine in it with 50,000 miles on it, and I put 10,000 of the miles on it. So, and I could live for 3 weeks without going to the store because I got 3 weeks worth of water on there. You know what I'm saying? 2 brand new air conditioners and a 75 watt generator. And so I didn't get that willy-nilly. I was like, well, how could you be getting land like this and make it work for you? Hold on, what's up? Open the door. Yeah. All right. Close the door. Don't turn off the light. Thank you. Excuse me. This is Billy Land, and again, I don't think that no one's gonna find, like, you ain't gonna find no house on here. It's not like for that. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I mean, what it is. It's a lot of dirt patches. You want to keep it real, but some people might have uses. I'm an archer. I'm an outdoorsman. Here go 280 acres in Northern California, yo.
Damn.
You know what we could do with that 280 acres? So why is we sitting here acting all fuddy-duddy? I know I could be a land development company. You feel me? So if I get this 280, now I'm just standing there taking pictures on the gram to get my support. The new owner of 280 acres. How am I going to develop it? Follow my YouTube page. This is
man, there was this brother out here who did something like that. He got it closer to, I guess, where people are, and then he built a big greenhouse. He grew a bunch of vegetables, and now he sells organic vegetables. He be selling out. He has a newsletter, and people come and they buy all his organic veggies. He making money.
280 acres, bro. I will grab that. I mean, but I can't afford it because it say the installments is $3 a month.
Oh.
So you got to have a real plan for that.
Yeah.
Like if you could grow there, if terms allow you to grow, that's a checkmate. Because all you got to do is grow. Like, you feel me? You a land development company, and so you could just grow there. 200 acres? That 4Gs ain't gonna be nothing to pay.
You could supply grocery stores, restaurants. I mean, they close. If
you could supply dispensaries.
Yeah, no
this is
doubt.
California. I mean,
no doubt.
Yeah, it's 100% legal. So that's why I'm saying when you want to grow, growing is also a path for fundraising for any company that could get those permissions. Getting those permissions ain't hard because it's legal.
Yeah, no doubt.
So one would just have to research whether you could grow in terms and what the in this location and what the weather was like. But
so yeah, man, that land do got used. That land got some.
Yeah,
280 acres.
Donnie is right. California isn't the only land. I just be looking here. You feel me? Because that's where it's close to me. And ultimately, I want something I could visit if I'm trying to develop it. Since I don't got long pockets, like I could be flying to some land, So I would have to start someplace that I could actually be boots on the ground. We got property that some of our partners have never been to. Because it's so far, because it's so far away. And actually, that's cool because it's still an asset. It don't make no difference to the bank. But ultimately, that ain't the ideal situation. So they got power and it's level. It's a 1 acre lot, and they want $1,600 down. That's gonna be your down payment, and your monthly gonna be $269. I wonder how big is this 1 acre lot. In Modoc County, though, please, that's the boonies.
Where is that?
That's the biggity boonies, Modoc County. It's like on your way to, I don't know, like on the way to like Eugene, Oregon. But Billy Land,
all them trees, Northern Cal. Oh yeah, you far from NorCal, right?
Well, I'm from Northern Cal. I'm an hour away. Right. I just moved away with my daughter to go to this basketball school that she wanted to go to.
All right.
Sort of like I want to raise my daughters out here. But another one is land for sale, but they don't do owner financing. But they not there no more? What happened to land for sale? Oh, lots for sale? So one thing I know is that they don't like lending to real estate companies so much. That's another reason why I gotta work with this parent LLC and make sure that I could get that bank account looking right. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even want to open the account. Just go ahead.
Oh, someone's bidding on that one right there. $720. They about to get it for.
Let me see. Let's go back.
Right there, that California land, 2.27 acres, 14 hours and 30 minutes. The current bid is $720.
And so they're gonna be paying what monthly? They're gonna pay $400 monthly for 2.5 acres in Lancaster, Los Angeles, LA County. Well, hey, they might got some plans for that.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do with it. What's the zoning? I don't even. Light agricultural and livestock. Horses, farming, livestock, and kennels, or a single-family residence. So since they could do a single-family residence, that's a come-up. But it's probably, look where it's at. Come on now. Like, this is worse than bid for assets. Bid for assets will have you. If you do the $1 land, they'll at least have you like close to something. This is just like in the this is in the middle of nowhere. But like my man said, if I look at other places but California, it gets cheaper. Let's go to Arizona. It gets cheaper and be closer to cities, and it get fatter lots too. Like you can find a quick 50 acres, 100 acres.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they might till the land or something. If it's positive, till the land, grow some grass. I don't know.
Well, I don't know what.
Good luck
really.
with that.
So let me see. I ain't never Googled. I ain't never YouTube land developers. All right, now look, see, 10 steps to become a real estate developer. This the type of shit I'm saying.
Yeah.
He won. He could be one and I can't be one. You tripping.
If you're looking to get into real estate development or grow and scale your existing real estate development business and do projects like you see behind me here.
See? So that he could be polite.
Damn.
Acting like he just built that, or he probably just really built that. You feel me? I'm not here to vet him. All I'm saying is 10 steps to becoming a real estate developer.
Hold on, let me hear a couple. Let me hear just a couple.
So what?
So let me hear just a couple.
Oh, you want to hear what he say?
A little bit.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna play
Me
it.
here, or even land, residential, mixed use, single family, townhouses, whatever your goals are, whatever it is you want to do, there's about 10 things that you need to know and you need to do in order to make those things happen. So you're going to want to watch this video. Number one, you have to figure out your brand. You got to start with a brand. When you're going to raise
I got it. AAA, but I'm not gonna call it AAA. It's already registered. AAA Land Development. So the A's, you know, it's 2 African American in there, but I'm not gonna throw that out there so easy. It ain't gonna be the African American Association of Land Development, no. But it's always there to be used whenever we bubble and want to whip it out. But right now it's AAA or AAA Land Development, and the brand is developing low income housing.
money,
Okay.
going to banks and looking for financing for your
See, that's what I'm saying. He know what's up. He like you. Everything I was saying earlier, he already telling you. Your profile got to be set up so that they gonna lend it to you from the gate.
to raise money when you're going to banks and looking for financing for your projects. And when you're dealing with other builders, developers, brokers, people in the industry, they're going to want to see that you're credible. So you're going to need to have a brand and a nice professional looking website, a brand, a good company name.
But what did he say in secret to us? He said they want to see that you're credible. So he probably ain't gonna even start talking about the ultimate thing of credibility is a credit score. But cats don't know the things that's attached to a credit score. You know, you can have a fly credit score, apply for business funding, and have a hoopty website, bro, and get denied. Ask an underwriter. I'll ask my nephew to come on the show one day. You see what I'm saying? You can have a Boosie website that red flag people. Like how they say they make all this money in the bank and we came to their site and we clicked the third link and it wasn't nothing on that page. You see what I'm saying?
Those types of things, professional looking website, a brand, a good company name, those types of things. You're going to need a legal structure for asset protection, liability, taxes, things like that. That's number 2. Number 3, you need to figure out what your business model is going to be. Do you want to do
What's the legal structure for asset protection so far that we got?
LLCs. Fine.
Thank you. You already in the game. So he telling us we got our boxes checked. I'm already a developer. He telling me. He like, blood, you got 3 of the boxes checked that you already need. Let's keep going. Let's see what he said.
professional looking website, a brand, a good company name, those types of things. You're going to need a legal structure for asset protection, liability, taxes, things like that. That's number 2. Number 3, you need to figure out what your business model is going to be. Do you want to do residential?
I got that. We got all that. Come
or
on.
commercial? Residential is anything under 5 units. It could be single family. could be townhouses, could be four.
Come on, Reggie. This the Black City plan put in motion, man. I like action items. I hate leaving meetings without action items. Cats love talking all day, but what you gonna do before the next time I see you? You see what I'm saying? By the next time I see you, what this conversation we had, what are your actionable items? As we just talking in this meeting, I don't like these meetings. This how I be getting in business day. I might be boosie, but that's the truth. All of us need to lead a meeting with something actionable to be held accountable for by the next meeting. So when I walk in, you're supposed to be like, so where's the won't? And I'm like, bow right here. Where's the won't? Bow right here. You feel me? And we all on point. Nobody got there as you kicked out fast. You just had a whole week, fam. You didn't even do a P&L or whatever. Like, get up out of here. But let's see what he said.
Does anything under 5 units, could be single family, could be townhouses, could be fourplexes. Anything 5 units and up is multifamily. Then you have land where you take raw land. You could do a minor subdivision, major subdivision, lots of options there. Or you could do multifamily, commercial, industrial, mixed use, and even opportunistic adaptive reuse, where you go and take an existing building and turn it into something else. Or you do
opportunistic adaptive. Ooh, he giving me bars. If I hit him like, I'm rather into opportunistic adaptive. Oh, I gotta learn the lingo of land development. I'm gonna get a book.
And even opportunistic adaptive reuse, where you go and take an existing building and turn it into something else. Or you do renovations. Those are all forms of real estate development. So then the next thing you need to decide is what market you're going to do your deals in. So you need to decide where the best market is for you to get started to do your deals.
Something telling me Las Vegas, bro. I mean, something telling me like 40 miles outside of Vegas, some black enclave, bruh, that's gonna make hella money, bruh. Cass is retarded. Do you know I'm gonna be booking all the artists? Think about it though. And we gonna eventually put something in motion that's gonna put hands on Vegas. All I gotta do is talk this. I ain't gonna change the way I sound. I probably need to light a blunt when I talk to the senator or the governor or whoever it is I'm gonna be talking to, because they're gonna be so feeling me. I'm sorry. Because they know because they know, first of all, they know it can be done. And they're waiting for the person to do it. So I'm going to come into your little county and say, check this out. I say in the next 20 years, we could have at least an annual tourism. First of all, we're going to set up the communities and stuff, but then you got to get the economics. And so I wanted to hook up with like some tribal chief. You know what I'm saying? Because they got rights on gambling already. Yeah. Let's not little wig, yo. I'm going to go talk to the chief and be like, bro, y'all ain't even really getting money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got gambling rights and y'all not even getting really, really money. I'm not disrespecting. Then that's going to be offensive or a turnoff. But that's what I'm going to teach. Like, why we letting the Italians get all the gambling money and y'all got gambling rights and we got these little petty Indian resorts that ain't popping? Let black people in on this, cut us a line, and I'm going to say we going to make it bad to be performing in Vegas and stuff and get Usher and Beyonce right here and build up. But that was another plan. I don't want to have to deal with that. But that's still on the table as just on some businessman stuff.
Yeah, you coming to improve the community, straight up.
But what we talking about is taking this land that ain't developed like the gangsters did, right, with Vegas, and just piggybacking off it. So when you ride into Vegas, you get into this old little town that tried to do what I was talking about. It's like the city before Vegas. Now, I know that sounds like a grand ambitions, but I don't want to be walking around with no regular ass ambitions. I want to, for the rest of my life, try to pull off something big and help and get some help for achieving that. Thank you.
Nah, that's not Lance. Nah, man. Hope you jotting this down. Shit.
Oh, well, this is, man. This
You
is good.
brainstorming, right? You writing it down, brainstorming.
Let's see what dude got to say.
All right.
A lot of times the best market is the one you know the best. Go ahead and start from home. Start in the market you're most familiar with, the markets you know best, the areas that you know best, because you need to know a lot of the different things about demographics, what kind of income your property is going to generate, if it's a rental income producing property, commercial or residential, if it's a spec house, what's it going to sell for? And if it's a commercial building you're building on spec to sell, what is that going to sell for? So market is your next process. Then you go after the land. You got to find the land. So you have your brand, you have your legal structure, you have your business model. Now you got to find the right land in your market. Now you got to find the right land in that market to put it on. And not every piece of property is suited for every type of development or every type of asset. So there are very specific nuances to land. You need to understand where to look, how to find it, and what that land is zoned for, what you're going to need to do to get it rezoned, conditional use, special use, whatever that's required. Once you have your land, then you're going to need to, in your concept, your business model, you're going to need to go ahead and start getting into the entitlement process, developing plans for whatever it is you want to build. Even if it's just land development, you still need plans for the horizontal.
So a good thing for me is having my homie who an architect waiting to do this. What I mean is I'll be able to step to the lenders with the land, and not just the land, but with the blueprints and the whole construction budget at day one. When he's saying, that's more advantageous to be able to say, and this what we building, and you roll out a blueprint, and they see which architecture firm drew it, which they already know is an investment. They know it's gonna manifest. They just got to see if they're gonna be the one to put money behind it.
On a development of that land or the minor subdivision, you need the surveys and the lot lines drawn. And then you need to get pricing. If you're going to build something, you need to know what it's going to cost. So you got to start working with builders in the design build process and figure out what your costs are going to be. Then once everything is built, of course you got your financing too. Once you've got all your plans together and your costs, then you got to go after your financing. You got to get bank financing, you got to get the debt and the equity, the down payment, which can come from you or investors or a number of different sources. Then once you've got...
That's the part we've been talking about.
Yeah.
These credit scores, these assets to gather to make sure the business look good before you step to some old dude with hella money that run through an operation called the bank. You know what I'm saying? It's really, so they looking for you. They want you to walk in right. The underwriter want a commission. He wanted to get the loan. We just got to do our part. And he's sitting there telling you the part. It's telling me.
Everything is built. Of course, you got your financing too. Once you've got all your plans together and your costs, then you got to go after your financing. You got to get bank financing. You got to get the debt and the equity, the down payment, which can come from you or investors or a number of different sources. Then once you've got that going, you go ahead and build the project. So you're going to need to be able to manage the team to bring that project out of the ground, whether it's horizontal development or vertical, to get it to the finish line so that you can start leasing it up, which is the next stage. As your lease up stage, you got to get it all rented, leased out, can take you.
Man, check it up. I got so much foresight, bro. I'm over here imagining the lease up stage.
Yeah.
For real though. I'm imagining the lease up stage. And I bet you if I do some research, a lot of these developers be starting the lease up stage and the sale stage off blueprints. Tell me I'm lying. I know they already do. So what I'm saying is they'll get a model home built. You just build one. Or you build, if you got 5 different houses in your community, you're just going to build 5 of them first. Then you sell all the other ones off of those model homes. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Or you could do a little email marketing. I had some company called Collab. It was like, we're investing in student housing. I was like, yo, man, this seemed like a good idea. It was like, we'll let you know when it opens, when the opportunity starts. I was like, oh yeah, man, idea. Give you a 17% return back on your money.
Did it turn to something, or they haven't got back at you yet?
What'd you say?
Did that turn to something, or they haven't got back at you yet?
No, they haven't gotten back at me yet. But I'm like, yeah, this is a good idea, actually. I don't know, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know how they got my name, but I mean, they was doing their homework on. I don't know if I didn't fill anything out, but however they got my name, like I said, that marketing was a good idea. You could probably do that. You could do that. I don't know if you're trying to get your audience, your target audience.
No, I'm not even tripping off none of that. I want to get the buildings erected, and once I got some model homes built, then I'll get on that. But this sister is saying 7 steps to becoming a real estate developer. She's a realtor and a broker. She says she's a broker for developers. Wow. See, that's what I got to talk to my wife. We tripping. This girl got so much game. So she's securing her deals basically by saying, if she a broker for developers, right? I just developed 600 houses and you the broker? Wow. You're going to get a 2.53% commission off each sale? This is the type of sister out here.
Wondered what it takes in order to become a real estate developer. In this video, I will share these 7 simple steps that you can take to become a real estate developer no matter where you are in the US. Taking a quick step back, my name is Dominique Higgins. I am a real estate broker for developers, helping them buy and build their dream projects here in Southern California. And this is a very common question that I get from real estate investors as well as budding real estate developers, which is how exactly do I become a real estate developer myself? Which is why in this video, I really want to hop in first with what a real estate developer is before going into the 7 very simple steps that you can take to become a real estate developer as well. Now, before diving into the 7 simple steps, let's make sure we're on the same page as far as what a real estate developer actually is and what they do. So with real estate development, there are really 2 types of real estate
I know what they do.
You have the conventional type, which is someone
pick your niche, build a team. Let's go to hard money lender. She said, pick your niche, build a team. I know all that. Let's get to hard money lender.
Hard money lenders are a specific type of lender that focuses exclusively on working with real estate developers in order to provide them the funds in order to purchase and construct different projects. Typically, the loans that hard money lenders do are very short, so they'll only last up to a year, and they can charge some high interest rates. But what's really great about hard money lenders is that they're very flexible and they understand the business and that you're just starting out. The second way that you can secure financing in order to become a real estate developer is to use what is called private money. Now, private money honestly is just a very fancy term to refer to family, friends, work colleagues, or anyone else that you know personally.
Nah, we're not doing that.
Lend you money in order to, like we said before, buy and renovate your first potential real estate
I ain't even telling nobody.
No matter which route you decide to go down, it's important to make sure that you just don't choose or pick anyone just because they're willing to lend you money. In the long run, you're trying to build a long-term business, and you're trying to.
So my model is the credit score model. Having an LLC. I mean, if it could be all 800s by the time we step to the bank, we know how to juke those numbers, right? Well, let's do it right for a good reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done been close to my 800s before and didn't have no intentions of using it for nothing so grand. You feel me?
Yeah.
And so I'm saying on this time around, please, we're going to step to that bank with the land already, with the blueprints, with the scores, and with the bank account showing that we already generating some income and ain't even got nothing yet. They're going to be like, how do y'all generate income? Y'all a land development company? Oh, yeah, well, we doing this too. But this is all good.
What's the plan? And this is my, yeah, and you got your team, and you got the team in place.
Man. All of that?
Yeah, man.
Pardon me?
You really got it all really in place. You just gotta get everything pretty much organized. I mean, I have a business plan. So if you toss it to a lender, they can look at everything and they can even see your projections, financial projections. They can look at everything and just be like, sign, seal, deliver.
You still see my screen?
Yeah.
Dang, did I close it? Let me see. So I had ChatGPT. I might have opened up a thing on it. But I got all that in my chat GPT right now. It's so quick to write them business plans now. All you do is talk to chat GPT like I'm talking to you and then say, write that into a business plan.
Damn.
Like, you feel me? And it just, let me go read it. Let me see.
Yeah.
Open AI. Man, chat GPT be killing it. What happened?
He came out that good off Chat GPT.
Oh, well, it just depends on how much information you put into it, but be not confused. These text editors, they peruse all information on the internet to know what's right, wrong, legal, illegal. You could tell it to do something wrong, and it's going to go into the database and be like, I can't even do that, cuz. You feel me? Like, I'm like, you're not alive. It's that, and so it references legal documents, and everything all the way up into the year 2001. And so asking it for a business plan, it has a repository of all kind of business plans that's in it to reference how to give us a good one. You feel me?
Yeah.
But where is it at? I'm getting these new pages. They must have updated their website or something. I was going to chat GPT. But I'm gonna get ready to go do some family stuff in a minute.
No doubt.
Let me see. Try chat GPT. There we go. So the last thing I was working on was that, but I don't see what I'm expecting. Let me check back. Yeah, I guess they got it erased for right now, but I ain't logged into my account or something. I don't know. Who cares? Anyway, I can just have them rewrite it.
Yeah, but you really got it. You really got everything in place.
I really just got to do it.
Information. You could take that into a lend. You could take that into a bank and present yourself. You could just get this ground whenever you just feel like it's that time.
But I ain't doing no private money because I ain't doing no fundraising. I'd rather just get my stuff together and go talk to a bank. I'm not going to take no first loan trying to tell them what I'm doing. I'm just going to take the first loan on GP, probably a personal one, and flip it back through the business. You feel me? Because I could get a personal one, probably try to get something. If I do have a business structure right, I could probably try to get something. But just to step to the auction with to start accumulating the first stuff. And then try to get some land. Now you got the land. I need to talk to my company. I need to talk to my partners. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you got a team. So.
Oh, but for this, I don't got no team for this yet. I just did the LLC documents this morning, and I'm gonna be looking for a team. You feel me? I ain't tripping, but I'll be talking about it. But let me see. Secretary of State. I'm going to log into my account at the Secretary. Now I'm trying to be like Mr. Nerd. You know what I'm saying? I'm messing with the government. Well, I'm good. Give me that money. Oh, this is the Securities Exchange Commission. That ain't where I was trying to go.
Oh, the SEC. Yeah, man, you gotta be meticulous when you trying to do something like this. You gotta be meticulous.
Oh, but that was the wrong place. Yo, I'm gonna get ready to. I need to take a break. Or I'm gonna shut it down. I ain't doing nothing. I would stay streaming. I want to, but I ain't been neglecting my fam, so. I'm going to probably be back on it tomorrow with my man talking about getting them jewels from Africa. I don't know nothing about it. I want to learn about it. But yeah, thanks for tapping in and helping making it a good stream. I got to run to the bathroom. I'm going to holler. All right. Peace. All right, y'all. Holla. I'm going to go on somebody else's show later. Who